And good afternoon, everybody out there on YouTube, and welcome to magnificent Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. It is a balmy -4 degrees outside, but we are bringing the heat inside with the Canadian Powerlifting Union National Championships, coming to you live from the Moose Jaw Exhibition Grounds. My name is Hurricane Wayne. Riding shotgun with me is
Krista Solly.
All right, we're going to have a good day, aren't we here, Krista?
We are. It's been an awesome week already, and I'm very excited for this.
Awesome. So today, folks, we have on platform number 1, the open category male 74 kilo and 83 kilo classes. Over on platform number 2, we have the open class female 63 and 69 kilo classes. We are going to begin with the squat event very, very shortly. I do believe within about 30 seconds, give or take. The bars are loaded. Our first lifter up on platform 1 is Christopher, followed by Stephen, followed by Justin. On platform number 2 for the ladies, we have Yiquin, followed by Lizzie, followed by Kelsey. And bar is loaded on platform 1. Christopher is on his way out to get the show rolling. He's got 207.5 kilos loaded on the bar. And he is a 74 kilo lifter. Over on platform 2, we have Yiquin. She is taking 125 kilos for her opener.
That looked nice and fast for Econ.
And it's a good looking opener on it.
There we go, off to a good start. 6 white lights between the 2 lifters on the 2 platforms. That's the way we want to get the ball rolling here. And so let's see how, I always like to think of this as a race. I know when I'm spotting and loading, we like to be as fast as we can. So we'll see which, all right, bars loaded on 2 and 1. We've got synchronized powerlifting today here, folks. We have Justin on platform 1, Kelsey on platform 2. Oh, sorry, it's Lizzie on platform 2. My apologies. I actually know her. I should have had that one right when I saw her coming
We'll
out.
look at the faces.
Yeah.
Looks like solid lifts for both Stephen and Lizzie.
There we go. My apologies. Let's get a couple of those small mistakes out of the way first thing so we can get everything rolling for the rest of the day. We have Justin coming up on the men's side, platform 1, 230 kilos being dutifully loaded on the bar by our excellent spotting and loading team there. Kelsey will be coming out on platform 2, 135 kilos being loaded on the bar.
And Kelsey is a local lifter, so you'll hear the crowd get a little louder behind her for that.
Nice. Yeah, those I saw a number of Bridge City, I guess the gym or powerlifting club or whatever.
Yeah, they're out of Saskatchewan, Saskatchewan.
Oh,
yeah.
nice. Yeah, they were looking good yesterday. Oh, had matching jackets.
Very smooth for Justin.
Sinks it in. That looked pretty good. 3 white lights. And we'll just wait for a moment to see what Kelsey does over here on platform 2. That also looked nice, and the referees agree, rewarded with 3 white lights. Platform 1, we have Jared coming out, 242.5 kilos on the bar. He's a 74 kilo lifter. Azalea on platform 2, 69 kilo class lifter, opening with 135 kilos. All right, 2-1 in favor on platform 2, and 3 white lights on platform 1. So we are keeping it rolling. Everybody's getting their opening squats successfully on the board, which is exactly what we like to see. Platform 1, we've got Jeremy coming out, 245 kilos on the bar for him. Laura is on platform 2 with 137.5 kilos on the bar. Oh, unfortunately, not there on the opener on platform number 2. So hopefully she can reset. A little conversation with the coach in the back and come back out, retake that, and get it on the board. Jeremy over here on platform number 1, just starting his walkout on 245 kilos. Simultaneously, we have Emma Emma Zilberman Vegas from Toronto, co-owner of a fabulous powerlifting gym called Make Your Mark Fitness. She's coming out opening at 150. And we have 3 white lights over on platform number 1. So the men are unanimous in their openers, and we are almost unanimous with the ladies over on platform 2. Here comes Emma. Let's see what she can do with 150 kilos. We have Jacob coming out on platform 1, 260 kilos loaded for Jacob. All right, 3 white lights for Jacob, 3 white lights for Emma, and that's what we like to see. You want to get those openers on the board, get some good positive momentum at the start of the day. Platform 1, we have Christopher coming out. 217.5 kilos being loaded for him for his second attempt. Dakota coming out next on 2, 150 kilos opener for her. Platform 1 with the men, there are... at last count, and assuming everybody made it, there's only 6. One of the lifters on my list did not get here for one reason or another. So platform 1 is going to go a little faster than platform 2, in all probability, just because there are fewer lifters that need to come out and do their thing.
And Christopher's going up 10 kilos for a second attempt.
All right, we're good on platform 2. And we are also good on platform 1. So next up, Mackenzie is coming out on 2, 152.5 kilos being loaded on the bar. Steven on platform 1 taking a 15-kilo jump, 237.5 on the bar after successfully opening at 222.5.
Loaded on 1.
That looked nice and smooth for Mackenzie.
3 white lights, what we like to see. And Steven's just beginning his unrack. We have Taliena coming out on 2 in just a moment. 152.5 kilos loaded for her.
That looks good for Steven as well.
All right, Justin is coming out on 1 in just a moment. 242.5 kilos being loaded on the bar for his second. That's a 12.5 kilo jump over his successful opener at 230. And Justin, who's coming out on platform 1, he did compete at Nationals last year, finishing in 6th place. And last year at Nats, he squatted 235, so he's already 7.5 kilos, assuming that he sinks this, or when he sinks this, I like to say.
We'll get behind him.
Yeah. So, Taliena looks good. There we go. 3 white lights for Taliena. And Justin, let's see what the referees say. Yep, 3 white lights. So good lift there. Leah's coming out on platform 2 to open at 155 kilos. And Jeremy is coming out on 1, taking a 12.5 kilo jump up to 257.5. Jeremy also competed at Nationals last year in beautiful Prince Edward Island out in Summerside. He squatted 255 as his best lift last year, so a little bit of an improvement in that roughly 6-month period since the last time we did Nationals. The meet's so nice we're doing it twice in the span of 6 months.
Extra training, no rest.
Exactly. Looks pretty good on platform 2. Let's see. There we go. Referees agree. 3 white lights. That is, of course, the opinion that matters the most. Judith will be coming out next on platform 2, opening at 160 kilos. As we simultaneously watch Jeremy over on 1, taking 257.5 for a friendly little ride. Nice. And good lift for Jeremy on 1. Judith walks out her 160.
Very fast for Judith.
And here comes Jared out on 1, staring down that barbell with its 257.5 kilos, giving due consideration to how quickly he is going to launch this up towards the ceiling and earn himself another 3 white lights, or so we hope over here. Equin coming out again on platform 2, so we're back up to the top of the order with the ladies on platform 2. She's taking a 7.5 kilo jump up to 132.5. Platform 1, let's see what the referees say about that. That was my concern. We have 2 red card violations for depth. That was sort of my concern looking at that from our vantage point over here.
Bars loaded on 1.
So Jacob's coming out on 1, 10 kilo jump up to 270 for him.
And there we go.
And we have a good lift on 2. That's what we like to see. Jacob walks out his 270 on 1 while the spotter loaders get 135 ready for Lizzie over on platform 2.
Loaded on 2.
Good lift for Jacob.
Good lift for Jacob on 1. That's what we like to see. Christopher will be out next on 1, taking a 10 kilo jump up to 227.5. He's 2 for 2 thus far. And for all of our friends training with American-based plates down at the local Good Life, I can tell you that Christopher is our first lifter over the 500-pound threshold. 501.5 pounds, 227.5 kilos. Lizzie on 2 drops that in. Does not seem to be horribly bothered by the weight on the bar, and is successful. 3 white lights once again. Good job, Lizzie. So we have Laura coming out in a moment on 2. Unfortunately, she was unsuccessful with her opener. Has, in my opinion, wisely chosen to retake. I do believe it's important to get that first lift on the board. For anyone who might be new to the competitive aspects of the sport, there are, of course, 3 lifts: the squat, the bench, and the deadlift. But if you want to finish your day with a total, you have to successfully hit at least 1 squat, 1 bench, and 1 deadlift. There we go. And that 137.5 has gone up, so she no longer has to worry about what we call bombing out, because she now has a successful squat on the board, so she can carry on with a little more confidence into her third. Kelsey's up next on 2, 142.5 being loaded, 7.5 kilo jump for her. Steven is over on 1, 247.5 kilos for him. That's a 10 kilo jump. He is 2 for 2 thus far.
Gonna push that one, yeah.
Slow and steady wins the race. Referees say 3 white lights, and that's all that matters. Nice lift over there. All right, Justin's going to come out on 1, taking the same weight, 247.5 kilos, while Kelsey begins the descent on 142.5. And everybody down at Bridge City is going to be happy with that, I suspect. 3 white lights.
Got it. Great.
There we go. Azalea is coming out next on 2, 142.5 kilos being loaded on the bar.
Bar is loaded on 2.
Justin stands up with it. Let's see what the referees have to say. Again, I was
Looks
a
like
little bit
depth
worried.
call,
Yes, we've
yeah.
got 2 red flags for failing to descend in accordance with the depth rule from our friends at the IPF rulebook. So unfortunately, that will be no lift there.
No lift. Side referees thought she was a bit high. Her coach
And
thought
similar
her
story
was
over
good
on
race.
2. That was no
52.5
lift for Azalea. 2-1 against on depth. So platform 1, Jeremy is coming out, taking 260. That is the smallest incremental jump allowed. He's jumping only 2.5 over his successful second. So can sort of surmise that he and his coach figure he is pretty much close to what he's got available in the tank on the day. So hopefully he can add those extra 2.5 kilos. It is a small flight of 74 kilo lifters. So I think we might find as we come down to the 8th and 9th lifts that every kilo will count when fighting for those coveted podium spots. We have Emma over here on 2. She's also taking a 2.5 kilo jump. Now, Emma is a really strong lifter. She has been contending with some sort of chronic hip injury issues. So I suspect that might be part of the reason behind this small 2.5 kilo jump. But she seems to have stood up with it. It looked pretty good here. Let's see what the referees say.
And there's
Good
3 white lights.
Nice work.
So good job, Emma.
157.5 on the
So
bar.
Taliana coming out on 2, 5 kilo jump up to 157.5. Jared coming out on 1. Now these ones are always a little bit fun. Krista opened at 242.5, nailed it. 15 kilo jump was called, if memory serves, I think he was called on depth by both of the side refs.
I believe so, yeah.
Has chosen to go up 7.5 kilos
He's going to go for
anyway.
it. Yeah.
So, we'll see.
I mean, it's nationals. You got to go for it.
Well, this is it. It only happens once a year. Once every calendar year.
So the strength is there, but let's see if the refs. Okay, great.
All right.
Good for him.
As they say, the juice was worth the squeeze, the high risk, high reward. And he sinks that one in and adds those extra, 22.5 kilos compared to what it would have been if he had only gone through with his opener. So good job there. Taliana just about to unrack 157.5 over on 2, while our hard-working spotter loaders are getting 277.5 loaded up for Jacob on 1.
Good try for Taliana, but
just a stitch too much. Unfortunately, no lift there on 2.
She can come back and get that on her 3rd, though.
Oh, yes, of course. I forgot.
We're going so fast.
The men are so fast on 1.
I know.
Yeah, she still has the men are on 3rds, the women are still on 2nd. So I was like, oh no, she'll get that next comp. Oh wait, no, she still has a 3rd opportunity for that.
At 225 kilos.
And that was a grind for Jacob, but a good lift.
Excellent. So Kurt is coming out. Now we're at the start of the 83 kilo men. So he's opening at 225 as Mackenzie begins the descent on 160. Good lift for Mackenzie. She seemed very composed, very businesslike with that. Kurt walks out his 225 kilos over on 1 as Dakota is about to come out on 2 for 160 kilos.
Looked like a nice opener, and the referees agree.
And a good lift for Kurt. He looked very strong with that opener.
Alexandra coming out. Platform 1, 227.5 being loaded for him. And Dakota just about to unrack 160 over on platform 2.
That looked like a good lift. And it is.
Second for Dakota. 165.
Nice, easy opener, the kind of thing that you're hoping to see. You don't want to grind it out on your opener. You want to leave yourself some room to build, room to grow. So I think she's done that effectively. Leah will be out next on 2, 165 kilos, as Alexandra begins his 227.5. Yep. Made short work of that. And
Good speed.
so Anthony will be out next on 1, 235 kilos being loaded on the bar. with great speed and confidence by our excellent spotter loader team over there.
That looks solid for Leah, and the refs agree.
Yep.
Good lift.
Nice 10 kilo add to her subtotal and total there. Judith coming out next. Nice 12.5 kilo jump for her, going up to 172.5 after nailing 160 on the opener.
Loaded on 2.
And Anthony's got 235, getting that squat command. Oh, sinks it in. Not a lot of controversy there, I don't think. 3 white lights.
Tim's calling for the same weight.
So we've got Timothy, or Tim, coming out 235. Spotter loaders always love that when it's the same weight on the bar. Even better if it's the same rack height.
Good push for Judith.
There we go. 2 to 1. That's all you need. A lot of people like to joke, if you get more than 2 white lights, you're working too hard.
Agree. It's not heavy enough.
Equin coming out, 7.5 kilo jump again for her. Nice and consistent there, 140 kilos on the bar. Timothy about to begin with 235. Repping that Bridge City barbell singlet, looking sly. Nice, good lift there on 1. And Simon coming out, 235. Making it easy for the spotter loaders, just changing the rack height, tightening those collars. On a personal note, I'm liking these tunes they're playing.
The music is good.
There we go, 3 white lights over on 2. And Simon seems fairly unbothered by that 235, sinks it in, gets his 3 white lights, carrying on with his day. Riley will come out next on 1, 247.5. Being loaded on the bar, and come on, Lizzie, 140. Little 5 kilo increment here for her. Oh, just unfortunately, just a stitch too much today. So no lift there, but she will carry on, and we'll see her back before too long when the bench press event begins over on 2. Of course, after the B flight takes all of their squats first.
Loaded on 2.
Laura's coming out. Now, she missed her opener at 137.5, retook, nailed it on her second, and is now jumping another 5 kilos to 142.5.
We're going to 250 kilos for Andrew.
Good lift on 1, and then Andrew will come out for 250 kilos. Oh. There we go for Laura. Oh, yeah.
It doesn't look like she got it.
Unfortunately,
145 kilos.
no go there. 2 to 1 against. I believe that was yellow card violations, but I'm not quite 100% certain on that. Can't see the screen, but it was 2 to 1 against, unfortunately, so that will be no lift.
Laura did get her second squat, though, so she's on the board, which is great.
Exactly. Andrew is good as he walks away. 3 white lights on 1. They will load up for Danny next, 270 kilos. Azalea here, opened at 135, nailed it, missed 142.5. Has elected to go up another 2.5 here for her third.
Just not there today.
Not quite there today, unfortunately, no. But she did get the opener in, so that will carry through to her subtotal and total, and we'll see her back before long for the bench press event.
Bars loaded on 2.
Kelsey coming out on 2, 147.5 kilos loaded on the bar. We got the synchronized
We
bridge
got the
city
synchronized
barbell. I love
singlets.
this.
Here we
I
go.
love that. Synchronized powerlifting. Let's get that into the World Games.
That looked good for Danny.
Was
Yep.
overturned by the jury. It is now a good lift.
That's a good opener for Danny. Weight stays the same for Luke. Loaded on 1.
So we did have a lift overturned to a good lift. Not quite certain which one it was. Oh, it was Laura? Oh, okay, yep, Laura.
Oh,
so
great.
Laura at 142.5. That was overturned to a good lift. Excellent. All right, Kelsey, bit of a fight through the mid-range. Result is a nice
she
little
got it.
payoff. 3 white lights there. Excellent. And here comes Luke Birmingham from Ontario. 270 kilos on the bar to open. And
Very fast
predictably
opener.
made very light work of that. Anyone who knows Luke would know that 270 is a nice opener, well within his wheelhouse. Here comes Emma again, another 2.5 kilo jump on platform 2. So she's 2 for 2 so far, and we'll see what she does with this in a moment. And Benjamin Langley coming out, opening at 285. Fun little backstory. Benjamin on 2 will be lifting today, going full send. His wife, who is 17 weeks pregnant, will be lifting over on platform 2, Nicola.
Amazing.
So she won't be going full send, but she has elected to come out, and she will put up some sub-maximal lifts nonetheless.
That's fantastic.
But biggest Ben 10, as he's known on Instagram. Ben Langley over here, opening at 285. And again, I suspect this will probably be one of those situations where if you blink, you might miss it. Great, what have we got? Who's going to get the lights first? Yeah, no lift for Emma there. That seems like a depth call. Looks like unanimous red cards, unfortunately. And I do believe that she is dealing with a little bit of a nagging hip injury there. So unfortunately, no go there. She does, under more optimal circumstances, have a lot more in the tank than that. Taliana coming out, 157.5, repeating her second. That was unfortunately unsuccessful. While Kurt comes out here on platform 1, 15 kilo jump up to 240 after successfully opening at 225. There we go. 3 white lights over on 1. Nice lift there. Alexandra coming out next on 1, 15 kilo jump up to 242.5, loaded on the bar for him. And let's hope that Taliana can get this extra 5 kilos onto her total. Sinks it in, up. Oh, nice fight.
Yeah, good fight.
Excellent fight. Let's just confirm. Yes.
Good.
She is rewarded there, so another 5 kilos added to her total. And it's always fun to see a nice little fight there, especially through that mid-range when you hit that sticking point bouncing out of the hole. So well done there. Mackenzie will be coming up next. The ladies are starting their 3rd rounds of squats over on 2, 167.5 kilos on the bar. Another 7.5 jump for her. And over on 1, let's see what the referees say there. 2 to 1. And that's good enough. That's all you need. So he'll carry on his day with that lift. Anthony is coming up next on 1, 245 being loaded on the bar, while Mackenzie begins 167.5. Nice.
A good fight also.
Yeah, looks good from here. Let's just, confirm 3 white lights. Well done there. So Dakota will be out next on 2, 167.5 kilos going on the bar, as Anthony is getting into the right headspace and just about to unrack his 245 over on platform 1. Sinks it in. And you can see that's an example where a lot of lifters, when you squat down, the left side and the right side will not be symmetric. Now, he was deep enough on both, but watching the replay, you'll probably note his left leg or the left hip gets a little bit deeper than does the right hip, and that is why we have side referees on both sides. Timothy coming out next on 1, 247.5, 12 kilo jump, 12.5, kilo jump for him. Dakota successful at 167.5 over on 2.
And she had a big smile. She was very happy with that. So hopefully that was a PR for her.
This usually being the case that I know a few of us at my gym, we say first lift is for the referees, second lift is for your handler, third lift is for you to set that PR as the lifter. So here comes Leah, 170 kilos on the bar for her on platform 2, as Timothy with that Bridge City barbell. Singlet unracks his 247.5. Nice, that looks pretty good to me. Referees concur. Excellent. Simon will be out next on 1, 247.5. Leah is successful on 2, 3 white lights at 170. So Judith will be out next. Oh, sorry. Have to wait for the chime
We are
on
moving
before.
into Flight B now for the women.
So Simon over here on 1, 247.5.
Loaded on 2.
And,
I'm sorry.
No.
Our last lifter.
Yeah,
Nate.
no, we
I
are.
apologize.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
little. The tricknology was
Yep.
tricking. The confusers were confusing, but I think we've got it all now. So Judith out here is the last lifter of Flight A over on platform 2. 175 kilos going on the bar for her. As Simon stands up with 247.5 on 1 and is dutifully rewarded with 3 white lights. Judith, nice. Nice little fight through that mid-range. And 3 white lights there. Excellent.
Now we're going to 125 kilos.
Okay.
On the bar, please.
So this is Nicola, who is married to Biggest Ben.
Oh, amazing.
So she's the, and I'm not giving away anything. This was literally on her Instagram this morning that she's 17
No secrets
weeks.
are being told.
Yeah, I'm not working for TMZ or anything like that. So you can see Nicola's opening at what would be a fairly modest 125 kilos. She is very clearly not going full send today, but the flights were booked, the hotels and everything else were ready to go, so you might as well come on
Might
out.
as well do it. A
And,
great accomplishment to compete in nationals while you're expecting. So
Exactly.
that's fantastic.
And it's going to be a good little fun family story. Notice she's not wearing a belt.
Yeah.
So there goes Riley, 10 kilo increment over his opener, 257.5. Unfortunately, no go. Unanimous red card violations for depth over there, so hopefully he can clean that up. And yeah, we can see in the
little
replay
high
there, it's a
there.
stitch on the high side, unfortunately, but strength seems to be there, so he just has to sink it in a little. And Nicola making light work of what would normally be a warm-up for her, so 125 goes on the board. Megan coming out 137.5 on the bar platform 2 to begin her squat campaign in the 69 kilo open female class there. As the spotter loaders get those arms back to the out position. Andrew on 1 seems unbothered by 262.5 kilos. 3 white lights. Good for him. Danny here now coming out on 1, taking a 10 kilo jump, 280 being loaded for him. As Megan gets herself, Megan, thank you. My 8 years of French immersion have betrayed me, and I am mispronouncing names. I'm terribly sorry, Megan.
Very easy for Megan there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's another deadlift on 2.
There we go. So we're good there. Delaney coming out at 137.5. Spotter loaders just make a little adjustment to the rack height. Don't have to worry about changing plates. And know that'll keep them happy. And you know you're getting into it when you can see a little bit of bend in the bar over there on Danny at 280. Ever so slightly.
Not a weight to fool around
driving
with.
it up. Nice.
Great.
3 white lights, good. And Delaney sinks in and seems unbothered by 137.5 as her opener, so that's good. That's on the board. And here comes Luke over on 1, 290 kilos. So that's a 20 kilo jump. memory serves, he hit 300 kilos in PEI last year and was, to put it mildly, rather happy about it. There was a somewhat famous video that made the rounds of social media after he sunk that 300 kilo squat. So hopefully he nails this 290 and maybe we can see 302 or dare I say
higher,
maybe even 305. Here comes Allison over on platform 2, competing in the 69 kilo class this time. She competed as a 63 in PEI, and in her spare time she is also a national level referee. All right, moves quickly enough. Let's see what the referees have to say there. 2-1, and that is all you need. So she will carry through. All right. Luke, I believe, was successful there.
He was successful. It was also 2-1, and I did not get to see. It might have been a depth call on the one.
Okay. It's the one downside of having two platforms simultaneously. Ben coming out for a record at 302 kilos on one. And over on platform 1, the screen says Meg Desmond. I call her the Megatron. So she's coming out for her opener at 152.5. And I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this, but we do train together at the same gym. So makes light work of that. 3 white lights there. And biggest Ben, 302 kilos on the bar. National record attempt on only his second, so there could well be whoever's in charge of the records at the national level might have a little bit of work to do. Sienna coming out on 2, 155 kilos. Ben, very businesslike. That looked pretty good to me. 2-1, and that's all you need. Blue card violation. So there's a couple of things that could be for soft knees, and because the blue card violation would be either for soft knees or for downward movement. I don't think I saw any downward movement there.
I don't think I did either. There was a bit of a pause, which as long as the bar doesn't move down, it's okay if it pauses, it continues to move up, but it's still a good lift for him, so it's great.
Seems to be a good lift, so that's a new national record there. And of course he has one more attempt coming out that he can chip that any which way that he wants, as long as it's a 0.5 kilo increment. So we'll see what he chooses to put in as his third attempt. Leah's coming out to open at 157.5, and Kurt has a 5 kilo add over his second, 245 loaded on the bar. Famously in the far right corner in the coach's box, we see Bryce Krawchak from Calgary Barbell, and pretty much everybody in the country in the sport knows who he is. And Kurt is successful on 1. Excellent job.
250 kilos on the bar for Anthony.
And Leah was successful over on 2, so that's good. Same weight, spotter loaders are happy. 157.5 for Haley coming out, opening her day here at the CPU National Championships in marvelous Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Anthony sizes up 250. We're kind of back to the synchronized squatting here almost. Oh, Haley's just a little too quick, so we're not getting the synchronicity we might have liked for the aesthetic appeal on the split screen. All right. Good lift for Haley on 2, so that's what we like to see. Anthony driving through the midpoint.
Bar is loaded.
Happy at the top. 2-1. Good enough for him. So Kylie coming out on 2 to open at 157.5.
Loaded on 1.
And Alexandre coming out 250 kilos loaded on platform 1, 7.5 jump. He is 2 for 2 thus far.
That was a good speed for Kylie.
Yes.
Let's see what the refs think, and it's a good one.
Nice.
162.5 kilos on the
I was like, when you can tell when a lifter is hitting their sticking point, you see the eyeballs.
Yeah,
kinda.
focus.
Yeah. And when I get near my max lift and I watch the video back on Gibless, like my eyeballs look like they're going to pop out of my head.
That means you're trying.
Yeah, exactly. Send that one to the coach. There's the video of the that recaps what I did today. Here comes Julie, 162.5 kilos on the bar to open her squat campaign. Simon coming out for his third, 255 kilos on the bar. He jumped 12.5 from first to second, and now 7.5 kilo jump from second to third. And nice and smooth from Julie. I was expecting that.
And there's another good lift. 177.5 kilos, please, for Shannon.
There we go. Shannon Huff, another name that is well known in Canadian powerlifting circles. Coming out, 177.5 on the bar to open her campaign. Now Simon stands up with it. Let's see. Yep.
Okay,
2-1.
it's a good lift.
I thought there
was a bit of pause with the bar, and it was a little hard to tell fast if it was a downward motion, but no, I think he paused and kept it moving upward.
Yep,
That's
there
perfect.
you go. All right, Shannon 177.5 over on 2. Timothy coming out, taking another 12.5 kilo jump. So he will attempt 260 here.
That looked fast for Shannon.
Yeah, stands up with it. Referees say 3 white lights. And now we'll see what she puts up next. That's the bottom of the order on 2. And so here comes Nicola, 132.5 kilos on the bar. One of the few instances when you're allowed to have more than one person on the platform with you, I suppose you might say. Oh, fight. Oh.
Good job, spotters and loaders.
Good catch by the spotters and loaders. Good attempt, but unfortunately not quite there today. I'm sure he'll have that in the tank before much longer, though. So we move on to Riley over on platform 1. Opened at 247.5. Nailed it. Went up 10 kilos. Did not complete the 257.5. Has elected to go up by the smallest increment allowed of 2.5 kilos. So he'll load 260. See what goes on there as Nicola walks out 132.5 over on platform 2. And predictably sinks that in, no big deal. Anything up until about 20 weeks ago, I think that would have been a warm-up for Nicola, so no big deal there.
Well, let's see if Riley gets it on this one. Okay, 2-1.
2-1, and that extra little 2.5 kilos, I think sometimes that's a mental game.
It is.
You know, the plan was obviously would have been to jump probably, 10 or 12.5 or something. But, if you miss one and you feel like it's there, maybe you roll the dice. As you mentioned before, Krista, it is nationals here, so
you want to go for it, but that factor of playing it safe too, of just being sure and getting the lift is important.
So it's kind of that middle ground of you still get to add a few extra kilos to the total. You can feel like you're making some progress psychologically, mentally, but still playing it safe enough that you don't go for that full send jump that you were thinking of. Delaney seems to have stood up with it. There we go. Referees concur, 3 white lights. So good lift on 2. Megan coming out next, taking a 10-kilo jump to 147.5. But unfortunately, over on 1, we had no lift for Andrew.
It wasn't quite there for Andrew.
At 285, just a stitch heavy today. But I'm sure he'll get that at his next comp. Danny coming out now, 285, still loaded on the bar. And as you said, Krista, the local
crowd is behind.
Local crowd
Danny.
is well behind everybody in those nice Bridge City barbell singlets.
Good lift for Megan.
Good lift. Yep.
155 on the bar, please, for Allison.
So Allison coming out, taking a 10-kilo jump up to 155. Danny.
Lots of fight.
Oh, lots of fight. What do the referees say? Yeah, I was a little worried on depth. There's 2 red flags and 1 blue flag. So we've got 2 referees saying depth and 1 referee saying something about either soft knees or downward movement of the bar. So unfortunately, that's unanimous. So talking to the jury won't help. Here comes Luke as predicted, going for a national record. 303 being loaded for him. So we'll keep an eye on that. Allison begins her descent on 155 and seems pretty happy with how that moved.
Beauty squad out there, Allison.
So
2 to 1
Luke is
good left.
going for 303 as Benjamin just got 302
Nice.
on the second lift. So we're now that we're attempting national records, we can toggle by more than or less than 2.5.
Absolutely. My favorite part of spotting and loading is when I get to walk over to the
to get
the
the tiny
jury table
chips.
to get the nice little
coveted.
silver. Yeah. All right, here we go, Luke. We've got the Megatron, Meg Desmond, coming out on platform 2, taking a 10-kilo jump to 162.5, while our good friend Luke Birmingham goes for a national record at 303. Meg's looking pretty good. Come on, Luke. Yeah, Luke looks pretty good there. Let's just confirm. Good lights.
Good for both of
Yeah,
them.
6 white lights for 2 lifters on 2 platforms. Well done to everybody there.
All right.
Nice.
Calling for 3
Very
All
exciting.
right, that's excellent. That's excellent. I'm very happy with that. I sort of know both of those people. I know we're not supposed to
always
talk
fun
about
when-
that,
no, it's
but it
fun
is
when
fun when
you-
you
when you know,
when you have
yeah.
people that you know doing well up there. Sienna coming out 165 for her second loaded on the bar. She opened at 155 successfully. And here comes Big Ben. Ben Langley, 308 kilos loaded on the bar. That's a 6-kilo jump over the national record that he just set approximately 12 minutes ago. And so in situations like this, I always like to think the lifter's going like, yeah, screw that guy that has the record. Let's beat it.
Gonna add a couple more on there.
Yeah, so add another 6 kilos here, hopefully, to the national record for Ben.
That
Sienna.
looked good for Sienna. Let's
Yeah,
see what
she
the refs
seemed,
say.
yep.
And it's a good lift.
Haley's
She's
gonna,
happy with that.
Absolutely. Haley's going to come out for 165 as we await the outcome of Ben's 308 squat attempt here. Looks deep enough. Driving it up.
Okay.
I think that's good. Referees say
It's
Yes.
a good lift.
3 white lights. Well done, sir.
Excellent.
And I'm certain I'll send a little shout out to the Belleville crew. I'm sure they're all watching the live stream right now, and they're probably all yelling at the TVs. So good job there. So platform 1, the squat event is done, so we'll take a 10-minute pause for a good cause over there as our hardworking spotter loaders get the platform set up for the bench press event. Meanwhile, we will go full screen mode over here on platform 2.
One more time for Kylie.
So Kylie had 165. We'll just catch that replay here.
Or Haley replay right now.
sorry,
Yeah,
sorry,
no problem.
Haley. There we go. So Haley was successful at
She
165, and Kylie also taking 165 kilos. For anybody who's never been to a powerlifting meet, there is especially something like nationals, it's an awful lot of fun because you go halfway across the country and you end up running into all the same people that you see
Always,
even when you're
always,
at a
yeah.
local meet. Or the other end of that being that you run into those people that you only get to see at the regional,
Once or
national,
twice a year.
you get to see once or
Exactly.
twice a year. So everybody likes to have a little bit of fun. And
There we go. Another good lift on the board.
okay, so that's great over on 2.
For Leah.
Leah nailed, or sorry,
Kylie,
Kylie
yep.
nailed 165. Leah is coming out at 167.5. There we go. Did not seem horribly bothered by that weight. Stood up with it, 3 white lights. That's what we like to see. And here comes Julie for her second attempt at 170. So, Krista, you lift in, you're part of the Saskatchewan
I
powerlifting
am
crew. Are you
association,
from
I
Moose
am.
Jaw or are you
I
from
am
somewhere else?
in Regina.
Regina.
Yes,
Nice.
yeah. So we have a few hubs, Regina, Saskatoon, Weyburn, and Moose Jaw are
Ooh,
kind of
Weyburn. Where's
centers.
Weyburn? I've never heard of
Weyburn
that.
is about an hour south of Regina.
Okay.
So a small community, about 7,000 people. So
Nice.
smaller than Moose Jaw. But the very famous Ryan Fowler
Oh,
hails from and
hails.
is still in
Wayburn's
and his wife
favorite,
Heidi. Yes.
favorite son.
Celebrity, yeah. So they've built up a great community there.
Of course. For anybody who might be new to the sport, Ryan, sorry, is it Ryan Stin?
Fowler,
So,
yeah.
So I call them the League of Ryans.
Yes, well they are, yeah.
So Ryan Fowler, along with Heidi Fowler, along with Ryan Stin and Rhea Stin, are all very well-known people in the Canadian powerlifting community.
I would say they're pretty much responsible for powerlifting in Saskatchewan too.
Probably.
Yeah.
So very well known, and so sometimes people, especially if they're new to the sport, they might not know some of these characters that are behind the scenes. But those of us who are long-time lifters and fans of the sport, like I say, I call them the League of Ryans because it's just a lot easier than trying to get to say the names over and over. We are, of course, currently at the Moose Jaw Exhibition Grounds on Thatcher Drive in magnificent Moose Jaw, which is conveniently located, I would say, approximately 100 meters away from the offices and
that is correct.
Warehouse of Inner Strength Products, who are one of the sponsors, of course, of this fantastic event, as well as just about every, frankly, Canadian powerlifting union event in the country. So good lift over there again for Shannon, 185 kilos. So that was a 7.5 kilo jump. Nicola coming out top of the order, round 3 of the squat event for the 69 kilo females, 140 kilos being loaded for her.
Bar is loaded for Nicola.
It's getting that pin back into its proper spot. It's always there's always that little thing every 2 or 3 times per meet. You miss that one, or the lever arm isn't quite in its proper.
Yeah.
There we go. Walks it out. Certainly deep enough and pretty easy. 3 white lights for Nicola. Well done there. And so Delaney will be coming out next to looking to add another 5 kilos to her squat at 150 after having successfully completed 137.5 on her opener and 145 kilos on her second.
Loaded for Delaney.
Good fight.
Right, drops it in. I think that should be good. Referees concur. So there we go. 3 white lights and Megan coming out. 155 kilos will be loaded on the bar for her in just a few short moments.
All of the women in this flight have not missed a squat yet, but since we're on thirds, that's usually the place where athletes will push themselves or coaches will push them. So let's hope, though, we stay with all good lifts here.
It is always nice when you see that sea of green cells in the scoreboard spreadsheet. And there's an Instagram account called, oh my goodness, Powerlifting Data, Powerlifting Stats.
Oh, yes. Okay, I think I know it.
Oh, I'm forgetting the name just now, but I'll have to check that one out when we get a second. But they have all sorts of data on this, and as anyone might surmise, thirds have the lowest success rate of all 3, of course, because that's when the lifters are really going full send. So unfortunately, no lift on on the third attempt for Megan at 155. Allison coming out now, 160 kilos loaded on the bar. She's 2 for 2, of course, so far, 145 and 155 kilos being her previous 2 attempts.
No more changes to opening attempts on platform 1.
Nice smile.
Seems pretty
She's
happy
happy.
at the top.
Smile and nod.
Referees
Oh,
concur.
2-1, good.
2-1. So again, that's all you need.
167.5 kilos on
So
the bar,
good
please,
job
for
there for
Kylie.
Allison. She'll go to the back room like everyone else from the A flight. Have a little moment, start warming up for the bench. Kylie will be coming out next here. 167.5 kilos being loaded on the bar. That's a 2.5 kilo jump over her successful second, having previously opened at 157.5.
Nice walk out there.
Ooh, deep. Sinks it in. Deep, deep, deep. Fights
Yeah.
through. Nice.
Now
That looks
the
pretty
coaching
good.
call.
Referees
Oh,
concur.
nice work.
Excellent.
170
And here we go. The
for Meg.
Megatron, Meg Desmond, Team Ontario coming out. 170 kilos being loaded on the bar for her.
Bars loaded for Meg.
We're going to get started with bench press in just over a minute. So
There we go. We're going to see some heat here. The Megatron, she's an intense lifter. We both have a similar approach. There we go. Getting her upper back nice and familiar with that barbell. Getting tight. And here comes the big fight. Drops it in. And fight. Yes,
Great
she's got
push.
it. Locks it out. That ought to be good. Classic Meg squat.
And it was worth it.
2-1.
Excellent.
One yellow card violation for we don't know what. The yellow card, I always like to catch that. I call that the catch-all.
Catch-all.
Bars loaded for Sienna.
So in any event, that is a good lift, and that's a new PR for Meg. So good job there, Megatron. Sienna coming out, same weight on the bar, 170 kilos. And platform one, we're getting close. We're about 15 seconds out from beginning the bench press event over there. Christopher will be coming out first, but we still have a moment to watch Sienna, 170 kilos. Nice. I always love those,
That looked
especially
good.
when you're
Yeah.
spotting and loading, when
Yes.
you're nice and close, and you can tell they're fighting
They've
through that
got
sticking
this.
point. Yeah, and like they're going to make it, they just haven't quite finished it yet, and then you see how happy they are at the top.
So rewarding.
Yeah.
Provincial record attempt. Bars loaded, Haley.
All right, here comes Haley, same weight again, 170 kilos on the bar. As we get the bench press event started over on one, Christopher coming out here, 135 kilos on the bar to get the bench press started for the men.
And I believe we announced for Haley this would be a provincial record as well, which is exciting.
Let's just see which province that might be.
In Saskatchewan.
Oh, it's from
Yeah, Haley is a local
Oh,
lifter.
there we go. Excellent.
It's not quite there.
Unfortunately, no.
Good effort out there, Haley.
But she
175
will
on the bar, please, for Leah.
come to the next local meet, and I'm sure she can get that.
Nice. There we go. Oh, there we don't go, unfortunately, actually. I thought that was smooth, but that's yellow card violation on the bench there, which, again, that can be a whole lot of different things. Could be feet up, could be butt up, could be head up, could be jumping commands, could be heaving. So I didn't quite see that one as I was, my eyes were more attuned to platform 2 at the moment, unfortunately. So Leah's coming out here because we're in round 3 for the ladies of the squat on 2. So 175 kilos for her, while Jacob takes 137.5 to open his bench on 1. And, unfortunately, that's a no-go on 2. She seems so happy, too, at the top.
The
And then,
strength is there, just some technicalities to work on.
Pretty sure that was red light. Yeah,
I think depth.
that's depth. looked like red light violations on the screen, and that looks like not quite there, unfortunately, on depth on 2. So no go there. Julie coming out. We're down near the end. We've got Julie followed by Shannon as the final 2 squats on 2. So 177.5 for Julie here, as Steven lines up 157.5 kilos to begin his squat voyage on platform 1. Or sorry, his bench press voyage. We need to get this back synced up.
I know, yeah. The brain is not. Yeah.
It's like I'd look at someone squatting while trying to talk about someone benching.
Good fight for Julie.
Nice. There we go. That's a good lift for Julie, so that's nice.
And Steven was called good lift. He had 1 red light, though, and I'm not sure what
probably would be
on.
elbow depth if it was red light on bench. It's either elbow depth or failing to bring the bar fully to the chest. But in my experience, failing to bring the bar fully to the chest is usually more of an equipped bench press issue, more so than in the classic division, which we are watching today. So Justin opening at 157.5. Shannon Huff, who is very well known, 188.5. That's also going to be a national record. So I'm sure the crowd here at the Moose Jaw Exhibition Grounds, which is I think probably the best crowd that I've seen thus far in the few days that I've been here. We're almost at a full house. So I'm sure they're all going to be getting behind Shannon as she attempts this new national record. Sinks it in, stands up, looks happy. Let's just confirm the result. 3 white lights. Excellent job, Shannon. And there we go. So that brings us to the end of the squat event over on 2. So they're going to take a 10-minute pause for a good cause, which will allow us to go and focus our attention on Jared over here. 162.5. Loaded on the barbell as he begins his bench press event for the day.
All right, 7 minutes to change opening attempts.
There we go. Opens with 3 white lights. Fairly unbothered by that weight. Jeremy will come out now, 165 kilos going on the bar.
Bar is loaded on 1.
And looks like Jeremy's just giving some instructions to the spotters and loaders about how he would like the bar lifted off to him. Do you take a lift off, or do you?
I do not. I have always.
Very.
I just kind of go with the idea that less variability is desirable.
That is true.
I am finding. Tell me what you think, Krista. I've noticed, even in my short time lifting, that as time progresses, it seems every meet I go to, it's kind of like the trend is fewer and fewer lifters.
I saw that this week quite a bit too. Yes, yeah. I agree with you. Yeah.
So I don't know if that's people are in line with me and wanting to lower the volatility, or maybe we all just lack the social skills to bother asking for a lift off in this modern age. Yeah. I don't know.
That's allowed to.
All right, so we're back to the top of the order with the 74-kilo open men here on Platform 1, while Platform 2 is on their short break. So Christopher's coming out. He unfortunately did not successfully execute his 135-kilo opener, has elected to go up by the small increment, 2.5, the smallest increment that is allowed as an increase, barring any national record attempts here at the CPU National Championships. So again, I think this is one of those cases where you want to feel like you're making progress, but obviously the plan for the day would have been to take a bigger jump here. And yeah. There we go.
That was a good decision. The strength was there. Maybe just a technicality he had to work on on that second one.
So Jacob is our next lifter out on Platform 1, 74-kilo male, open class. 142.5 being loaded on the bar. That's a 5-kilo jump over his opener at 137.5.
That looks smooth for Jacob. And the refs agree it's a good lift.
162.5 kilos on the bar, please, for Justin.
Next up is Justin, and he's going to be attempting 162.5 kilos.
Bar is loaded.
There we go. That looked pretty smooth for Justin. 162.5 goes on the board. 3 white lights for him.
65 kilos for Steven.
So Justin did compete at Nationals last year. His best bench press last time was 165. So hopefully he can improve upon that when he comes out for his 3rd attempt in a few short minutes. Steven coming out next, taking a 7.5 kilo jump. 165 loaded on the bar. And there we go. That's a good lift. So again, for people who might be new to the competitive aspects of the sport, I think we all know what the bench press is down at the local gym. But when you're competing, according to the IPF rulebook, I think most of us would agree that bench press is probably the most technical of the 3. It certainly has the most technical stuff related to it in the IPF rulebook. There are 3 commands. There is a start command, then a press command, then a rack command. Of course, if you front run any of those, then you get red lit with a yellow card violation. So it's the lifter's responsibility to get into their start position. Then you just saw and heard the referee give the start command. The bar must come down to the chest and be motionless, so you're not allowed to use momentum and sort of bounce the bar off your chest like a lot of people do down at the local gym sometimes. So control down to the chest, wait for the for the press command, at which point you press it out, and you still have to wait for the rack command with fully extended and locked out elbows. And of course, in the IPF, feet must remain fully flat on the ground. The butt cannot come up off the bench. Head must stay flat on the pad as well. And in fact, if you go through the rule book, it will say any change in the elected lifting position is disallowed.
Great quote.
So once you get that start command, basically don't be moving stuff.
Don't be moving.
Is the general rule. You need to stay sort of in that fixed position and just be bringing the bar down and up, as Jeremy just did with 172.5 kilos and is dutifully rewarded with 3 white lights on his 2nd bench press there. And we are just flying through this. The 74-kilo men, there are only 6 of them here, so we are just flying through the roster. We're back to the top of the order for Christopher. Opened at 135, didn't quite get it on technicality. Went up 2.5 kilos, nailed that, and is now going up another 2.5 kilos. 140 loaded on the bar.
To lifting, flight A, platform 2. No more changes to openers.
There we go. And 2-1. So that's good enough. So he'll add 140 kilos to his subtotal and total. Go on back to the warm-up room and start getting ready for the deadlift event. Jacob is coming out next. 147.5 kilos being loaded on the bar. He's 2 for 2 on his bench press voyage so far today. This is a 5-kilo jump over his successful 2nd attempt. right, good fight.
Yeah.
Good fight. Well,
I
let's
don't believe the bar went down. I think it just paused.
Oh,
Okay, great. Good.
3 white lights. And interestingly, if I keep my IPF technical rule book, the January 1, 2024 version directly in front of me, with the bench press with the downward motion of the bar, the strict wording in the rule book is that the entirety of the bar needs to come down. So if one side of the bar comes down a little bit, I mean, just physically speaking, if one side of the bar comes down, the other side's going to go up just because it's a stick. But if one side of the bar goes down a little bit, as long as the other side of the bar doesn't do anything more than pause, or in fact it keeps moving up, then you should be okay. Now, that's not something to aim for necessarily.
Exactly.
So Justin takes 167.5 up to the top floor, but unfortunately 2-1 against on yellow card violations.
That could have been his butt came off the bench.
Oh, yeah, that looks like the butt there, I think.
Yeah, there could be a few different
I
things
think
there.
I saw the white of the backdrop coming through. It's a little tough to tell.
You'll see those two side referees get almost parallel with the bench, and I tend to do the same to really have that optimal view to look at all of these things.
I know I've seen back when we were living through the COVID lockdown era, I was watching a lot of old IPF Worlds on YouTube, and if you go back a few years, they actually used to have white floodlights.
Oh.
So that you could really see. So if the butt came up, it was very obvious.
Spotlighted.
Or spotlight,
yeah.
sorry. I said
but same thing, yeah. Yeah, good fight for Steven.
Steven at 170 kilos, 3 white lights.
Got it.
Jared coming out next, 172.5, just for fun because I did bring my IPF rulebook with me. So yellow card violations with the bench. There are 8 of them.
There are a lot.
There are a lot. Now, a couple of them are sort of one of them is just incomplete lift.
Yes.
So if you don't get it up, that's fine. Failure to comply with any of the requirements contained in the general description of the lift, which precedes this lift of disqualification. So that's the catch-all.
The bucket.
That's I always jokingly say that's the we don't like your face. Yeah. Which I'm only kidding. Of course, nobody's actually doing that. We're just joking here. Laura's coming out. We've got Platform 2 fired up again. 65 kilos. Easy lift there. Jared fighting a bit with 172.5, but I think he's going to takes the elevator to the top floor. Survey says 2-1. One blue card violation in the middle, which again could be for soft elbows at the top or for downward movement. But either way, 2-1 is good enough, so he will carry through with that. Jeremy out next on 175 kilos. Yequin 67.5 kilo opener on 2. And we'll get back to those yellow card violations on the bench in a second. We got through 2 of them, so there's 6 to go for anybody who's doing their homework out there on YouTube. Yeah, I think we're almost back to the synchronized powerlifting here. Let's see. I think we're going to get it. Oh, just off.
Very fun.
All right, we're good on 2 3 white lights.
A little heavy for Jeremy.
A little heavy.
He got out of groove,
Yeah, so unfortunately there's that. If you're watching at home, you can see when the lights come up, the red lights, there's a little, around the circumference, it'll be either yellow, red, or blue, and that indicates what type of violation. In IPF federations, such as ours, the Canadian Powerlifting Union, unlike some of the other federations where they simply give you white versus red for good versus bad, we also give a card, a red, yellow, or blue card, so it gives the lifter and their coach an indication, not just that it was a lift that did not pass, but also why the lift did not pass.
Which is very helpful.
Yes. Except for yellow card bench.
Oh,
in which case you're still left with, it's like one of 8 things.
Yeah,
so
one of these 8 things.
Might have heaved, might have been my feet came up, might have been this, might have been that. Taliana, 70 kilo opener on 2. Riley opening at 100 for the 83 kilo men over on 1.
That's a good lift for Riley.
And 6 white lights between the 2 of them, so that's good lifts on both. Kelsey next, 72.5 on 2. And here comes the man, Luke, who just nailed himself a nice little national record over on 1, opening at 137.5. So yellow card violations. Let's get through these. Heaving or sinking the bar after it has been motionless on the chest. So you're not allowed to use your chest and the rest of your body to kind of like heave the thing up. Failure to observe chief referee signals. So that's if you jump any of those commands. Any change in the elected lifting position, we talked about that. So that's if the butt comes up, the feet come up off the ground in any sort of way, the head coming up. Contact with the bar or the lifter by the spotters on loaders.
Yes.
Very, very rare, but every now and again, the spotter loaders might jump in a little bit earlier, just with some accidental contact. So unfortunately, that would nullify the lift. Usually in that instance, what will happen is the lifter will be given an opportunity to retake at the end of the round.
Yeah.
So that'll happen there, but very, very rare. Any contact of the lifter's feet with the bench or its support. So as we know in 23, when the elbow depth rule came in, part of that was also that you're not allowed to have your feet up on the bench when you're getting yourself in position. And then finally, deliberate contact between the bar and the bar rest support, so between the bar and the safety.
Exactly.
So just make sure when you're submitting your rack heights and safeties, folks, make sure you get them right, because I've seen a distressing increase in incidents of this at a few local meets over the last 6 months. There was one meet that just, geez, we had about 3 lifters in one flight that came out, and they were upset, you know, understandably.
Right.
And we told them as spotter loaders, look, we're going by what's on the screen.
Yep.
So tell your coach, go over to the scoring table, tell them to make a change,
adjust,
to lower it, just lower it by 1 or 2 increments.
Exactly.
And the one guy, somehow, they didn't lower it enough, or they didn't go tell the scoring table, or whatever happened. He came out a second time, and he was really upset, and he's kind of looking at us.
Of
and
course,
I'm like,
but not.
all we're just pointing at the screen going,
following.
we just go by what's there. We set it up according to what's on the screen. Azalea, 77.5 to open on 2. Danny, 152.5 on 1. And I think we're going to have, once again, 6 white lights between 2 lifters. So that's a happy little outcome. Mackenzie on 2, 82.5. Alexandra on 1, 152.5 kilos being loaded. There we go. That's a thank you for the offer, but I will be lifting off all on my own.
That looks smooth for Mackenzie.
Mm-hmm. There we go. 2 to 1, good enough. Oh, Alexandra making very short work of that one. I was worried we were going to have to send RG the spotter up to the rafters to bring the bar down from off the ceiling.
Quite fast.
That was very fast. Dakota coming out on 2, 82.5 kilos loaded there. Andrews on 1 in just a moment, 157.5 kilos loaded.
Bar is loaded for Andrew. Go on, Andrew.
Smooth for Dakota. That was a good lift.
All right, Andrews just setting up for 157.5. Now here comes Emma Zilberman Vegas from Toronto. 90-kilo opener for a 63-kilo lifter is quite good.
This is a very good bench.
So she did bench only last year, including bench only. I think it was bench only Worlds was the one in Texas, right?
Yes.
So even though she's been struggling with a little bit of a hip injury, she is still quite happy to bench press large amounts of weight.
And quite good at it.
Yeah, quite good at it. I mean, we're looking at just shy of 1.5 times body weight for her as an opener. So
very impressive.
That is pretty good by any measure. Emma, of course, been busy this week. She is also one of the OPA, Ontario Powerlifting Association, designated coaches. So she's been coaching, handling. I know she had a couple of athletes over on Platform 2 yesterday in the afternoon session that I was watching. Yeah, 90 kilos. Looked like an opener, or looked like a warm-up, really. Yeah. So 3 white lights there, so it'll be fun to see. We might see 100 kilos plus from her. Would not be surprised. So Judith is up next on 2, 95 kilos. And Simon coming out on 157.5 for him. Previous 2 lifters were also successful. Kurt and Andrew also at 157.5. Lots of green ink over there on the first round of bench press for the men on platform 1.
Good lift for Simon.
And Simon's good on platform 1, 157.5. There we go. Judith sends 95 kilos up. Also a good lift there. So Anthony will be next on platform 1, opening at 160 kilos. Remember, this is the 83 kilo open class. So he's opening at just shy of 2 times body weight for bench press. That's why we're at the national championships.
These are the best of the best.
You know, you're not probably going to see that down at the local, down at the local gym at the shopping mall. I don't care how many times that guy tells you that he benched 405 pounds in high school. These guys are actually benching 405.
They are.
And some of them are barely out of high school, I think.
Yes.
Good lift for Anthony. 165 kilos for Tim.
All right, Judith was good on platform 2 at 95. Leah just took 107.5 for a successful ride by a 2-to-1 margin. So good job there. We're back to the top of the order on platform 2 for the ladies. 70 kilos being loaded on the bar for Laura. Timothy coming out over here on platform 1, opening at 165 kilos, which a little bit of back of the napkin math tells me that's got to be double body weight for him. Or if it isn't quite 2 times, it's like 1.996 or something
there.
like that. So we're going to be 2 times body weight any second now.
170 at the bar.
Oh, and here comes Big Ben, 170 kilos loaded on the bar for Ben, who just gave us a little master class in how to beat Canadian National Records 101, an introductory course for all of you kids at home. So 170 loaded on the bar for him.
And another good lift, 72.5
And
kilos
we're
on
good
top.
over on
Laura's.
platform number 2 for Laura at 70 kilos. 72.5 is going to be loaded on there next for Yequan,
Loaded on two.
as Big Ben loads up for 170. That moved like an opener should. 2-to-1, good enough. Riley coming out next, so we're back to the top of the order. 20 kilo jump, 120 being loaded on the bar for him.
Bar is loaded.
And another
Nice
good
little
10
lift on
kilo
2. Seemed fairly unbothered by that weight. 3 white lights.
75
Kelsey
kilos
coming out next on platform 2. 75 kilos being loaded on the bar. 1 pair of beautiful, shiny red Met XT competition calibrated 25 kilo plates going on that beautiful Eleiko barbell. Also using some lovely Met XT equipment over there. Luke Birmingham, the man coming out on platform 1. Also teaching us a master class in how to set CPU national records on the squat event rather. 5 kilo jump for him, 142.5 being loaded on the bar.
Bar is loaded.
There we go. That goes up to the top floor. 3 white lights. Looking good. The Bridge City Barbell crew's pretty happy with that, I suspect. Taliena coming out next on platform 2, 75 kilos being loaded on the bar. white lights for Luke over on 1. Nice easy lift for him. Danny's coming out next. 157.5 kilos awaits him when he arrives out on the platform in a few seconds' time. And that looks like a good lift for Taliena. Excellent. Lizzie coming up next. 5 kilo jump on platform 2. 82.5 kilos being loaded. And Danny's lift is good over on 1. Andrew will be next, 162.5 being loaded there. As Lizzie begins the descent on 82.5. Nice little lift there.
Looks good. We'll see what the reps say. Yes, good lift.
Weight stays the same for Azalea.
So Azalea coming out, 82.5 kilos on the bar. Just have to adjust the rack heights, but the weight remains the same.
And we're loaded.
Yeah. 2 to 1 on platform 1. Little blue card violation in there. I'm wondering if that's elbows maybe?
The bar did pause, but I don't believe it went down at any point. So
yeah. Well, 2 to 1 is good enough, as they say, so we won't worry too much about that. Simon coming out 162.5 on the bar, platform 1. Unfortunately, platform 2, stitch too heavy, so no lift for Azalea there, but she's got one more attempt at that coming up in a few minutes' time. Dakota taking 87.5 for her second attempt. 5 kilo jump over her successful opener at 82.5. Simon, unfortunately, no lift for Simon on 1. The bar did get up to its final destination, but unanimous yellow card violations.
Same weight on the bar for Alex.
Might have been butt off the pad there
I'm
again.
not sure.
I think I might have seen a little daylight coming through on the
that could
replay
have been.
there. Hey, Dakota puts that up top. Yeah. A little bit of a press just at the end to get that thing back to its final destination, but a good lift at the end of it all. There we go. So Mackenzie will come out next on 2. 90 kilos awaits her once she arrives in a moment. Alexandra, platform number 1, taking a 10 kilo jump. 162.5 kilos going on the bar. Oh, Mackenzie presses up 90. Let's see what the reps say. 3 white lights, good.
95 kilos on the bar, please, for Emma.
My side had the right weight on it, the other side has missing the silver.
Oh, we seem to have a little controversy over on platform number 1. There may have been a misload on
For
the
Simon,
bar
yeah.
for Simon. There's a discussion between the chief referee and the 3 members of the jury. So as is always the case, especially at nationals, we have very senior referees here. So they are all international I-1 level referees on the jury. So we will get to the bottom of this, and I'm sure a fair result will be achieved. It's just going to take a moment's time, a little bit of administration to get to that conclusion. So in the meanwhile, we've gone over to the solo screen as Emma comes out, 95 kilos on the bar. I suspect this is going to go up without a whole lot of trouble. Hopefully I'm not jinxing anything when I say that. Oh no, I did.
You had the best intentions, though.
I'm sorry, Emma. I'm sorry,
We're
Dave.
rooting.
And all the rest of the gang for Make Your Mark. I hope that's not, don't hold that against me.
I'm sure she'll come out on her third.
I think she's just going to readjust that.
Yeah.
We can't, honestly, from our vantage point at the live stream table, we actually can't see platform 1, other than what we get, the same view that we get from the cameras that you have at home on YouTube. So I have no idea what happened there, but I would suspect that's just a misgroove issue, not a weight issue.
Agreed.
So Judith coming out now on 97.5 kilos being loaded on the bar. It's a 2.5 kilo jump over her successful opener. Alexandra has 162.5 loaded on the bar over on platform 1. And we will keep an eye on that situation with Simon. One member of the jury is not at the table at the current time, so I believe she's gone back to the warm-up room to deliver the verdict, so to speak. Oh, unfortunately, no lift on 2. 2 yellows, and that looks like butt off the pad.
I think it was, and that was for Judith.
Yeah, and it's the side referees giving the yellows, which is often the case with butt off the pad because the head referee can't really...
It's a harder vantage sight line
exactly
for them, yeah.
So Leah's coming out now, adding 2.5 kilos to her opener, 110 loaded on the bar. Kurt will be joining us shortly on 165 kilos on the bar there. That's a 7.5 kilo jump for him. Nice smooth looking press over on 2. 2 to 1. So 1 yellow card from the left side referee, but that's good enough. And Kurt sends a little bit of a fight just at the end, but referees reward him with 3 white lights. So Laura's coming out on 1, adding 2.5 kilos to her second attempt, so 72.5 going on there. Anthony coming out on 170 kilos awaits him and his arrival on the platform.
And there's another good lift. 75 kilos on the bar, please, for Doris.
Two to 1, good lift.
Loaded on 2.
Thank you.
172.5, bars loaded, 410.
The jury's discussion. So Simon will get another attempt at 162.5 at the end of this round here.
There we go. In perfect compliance with the IPF rulebook. Unfortunately, these things do happen from time to time. It is incredibly rare, but certainly not impossible. I always like to say, even if you're 99.9% successful at something, that still means you should expect on average 1 out of 1,000 times something will go wrong. So, and unfortunately what often happens in these cases is people forget the 999 times that the spotter loaders and everybody else involved get things right, and they focus on that one time when they don't. So let's try not to do that. These guys have been working hard all week long. This year for Nationals, they've actually flown out, I believe it's 4 teams is the number that I heard. 4 teams of spotter loaders that have been rotating around. So for any of you out there who have ever done spotting and loading, you'll know it is an awful lot of work, both physically as well as mentally. Just, you know.
Oh, and the speed that's required. Yeah, yeah, it's taxing.
Yeah, so it is not impossible that once in a blue moon something will go a little bit wrong, and we always do our best to avoid that in the first place and to rectify in the odd instance that something does go wrong, as we've done here. So we'll await Simon's return at the end of this round. Meanwhile, Ben has 175, rising up on 1. Kelsey's got 77.5, going up slowly but surely on 2. So 2 to 1 in favor for Ben. 3 white lights over on 2. So we're good there. Now I believe we have arrived at the end of the round. So Simon is going to come back out now for his 162.5. So another attempt at the second attempt, because the first attempt the bar was misloaded. I'm led to believe there was an extra chip plate on one side that was not matched on the other.
Yes.
So unfortunate, but very rare that this happens. So here comes Simon for another attempt there. Taliena simultaneously, platform 2, 80 kilos loaded for her. Oh, are we going to get? We might get a little synchronized benching here. Not quite.
Almost.
All right, good job for Simon there. And,
2 to 1, no lift.
unfortunately, 2 to 1 against side referees. Yellow lights for, or yellow cards rather, from both. Let's see the replay.
Third attempt bench press.
Yeah, looks like the butt might have come up off the pad again. Tough to
Yeah, it's
tell
hard
from this
From
angle.
our view, yeah.
So unfortunately, no lift there. But he still has.
He still has a third
he's still on the
attempt.
board,
Yeah.
and he still
Yes,
has another
exactly.
attempt. So, lots of room to continue growing his total as we progress through the rest of the event here today.
Let's get behind her.
Azalea coming out,
Come back again after
82.5 loaded on the bar. She was unsuccessful on her previous attempt at this weight, so she is retaking as Riley comes out on 130 kilos loaded up for him, 10 kilo jump over his successful opener after taking a hearty 20 kilo jump between his first and second. And that looks
very fast as well.
unlaborious, if that's a word. Didn't seem like he had to do a lot of work there. He does seem to be limping a little bit. It seems like maybe a little bit of a hip thing there.
Could be dealing with the injury.
So maybe that's wondering if that 130 kilos was significantly
indicative
lighter
of-
than
yeah.
what he might be accustomed to loading for a third bench. Here comes Lizzie again. 87.5 kilos loaded on the bar for her. 5 kilo jump over her second, consistent with her 5 kilo jump over opener. Big Luke Birmingham coming out, taking another 5 kilo jump here after setting an impressive squat CPU record. 147.5 attempted there on 1. Unfortunately, no lift for Lizzie on 2. Dakota coming out. 90 kilos on the bar for her as well. Let's see what Luke can do over here on 1.
Loaded on 2.
Come on, Luke, drive, drive, drive. Just a stitch too much today, unfortunately. And Luke's another guy who's been quite busy. Well-known coach in Ontario. He's been handling,
Been here all
let's
week.
just say, multiple lifters.
Doing double duty.
Yeah, he's probably into double digits of handling sessions that he's done by now. So that does take a little bit of the wind out of your sail. But he will be back shortly for the deadlift event, and I'm sure he'll put up some impressive numbers there. Dakota starts with 90. Unfortunately, no go
Just
there.
not there.
Danny's got 160 loaded on the bar. Fun fact from our friends at, I believe it's Powerlifting Data is the Instagram account that we were talking about earlier. Take a wild guess. Which of the 3 lifts has the highest failure rate?
Bench press.
Bench press.
Got it.
Yeah.
I am not surprised.
Yeah, not surprising. And, of course, thirds have a higher failure rate
Exactly.
than openers and seconds.
And Danny got that one 2 to 1, so
Excellent.
he'll be happy with that.
Okay, Mackenzie starts at 92.5. Slow but steady up to the top floor. What do the refs have to say? Nice.
Good
3
lift.
white lights. I'm really pulling for Simon here. 162.5. He's being coached by Jeff Butt, famously the president of the CPU, who's had a little bit of a week for himself.
He's also been very busy, doing
rather busy.
double, triple duty.
Yeah, winning both the equipped as well as
Right.
the classic, setting, I think, at least 5 new national records, maybe 6. I forget exactly. One, if I have to start counting on my hands, then it
Yeah,
gets a little bit
then you know.
dodgy. All right, Simon, again, up to the top
The
floor.
strength is there.
And again, unfortunately, the same yellow cards from the same side referees there. So the strength is definitely there. So Emma's setting up for 95. She's retaking her second. That did not go up. I think it was a misgroove. Come on, Emma. You got this. Right. See? It was just a misgroove. Now let's see.
Did she get the rack command in time?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Red lights all around, 2 yellow cards, 1 blue card.
Finishing up, flight A with Leah.
So
I think
I'm-
at the top there where her elbow moved, I don't know that she had the rack command yet.
Yeah.
So she should have.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
that was
tough.
very close.
Yeah. The strength is there.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the technicalities were not in her favor on this particular attempt, but she'll get that next time, I'm sure. So Judith coming out, 100 kilos loaded on the bar.
Bar is loaded.
Andrew's going to be joining us for a moment at 165. Alexandra just finished taking 162.5 successfully after missing that on his previous attempt. All right.
And Andrew is just getting a re-rack command. The referees would just like him to correct his positioning a bit, and he'll get another try at it here.
All right. So Judith was successful. 2-1. Blue card violation from the center referee, but 2 white lights is all that
Bar
you
is
need.
loaded for Leah.
Oh, unfortunately, a little too heavy there. Here comes Leah, attempting 112.5 kilos on platform 2. She's 2 for 2 on the bench thus far, electing to take another 2.5 kilo jump.
Bar is loaded.
Here comes Kurt, platform 1, also taking a 2.5 kilo jump. 167.5 kilos is loaded on the bar for him. Oh, good
Leah's
fight.
fighting.
Very
close.
Just
Not quite there today, unfortunately, but a valiant effort. Here goes Kurt. Oh, yeah, just a stitch too much. So no lift there.
172.5.
Here comes Timothy electing to retake 172.5. He was unfortunately unsuccessful at this weight on his second attempt, so he's retaking. Over on platform 2, we are moving into the B flight. Here comes Nicola, 70 kilos on the bar, which I can tell you from watching her Instagram lifting over the last period of time, this is most definitely a warm-up for her on under normal conditions, so to speak.
Right.
So I'm sure she's having a fun day, and the fact that she and her husband are both lifting on the same session,
That is very
sharing
special.
a warm-up room in
Yeah.
the back is pretty. That's a great family story they'll be able to share for years.
And it's a good lift.
So there you go.
72.5
Unsurprisingly, 3 white lights there. Looks like.
It looks like Timothy's
Yeah.
going to time out.
Yeah, I think we're timing out. I didn't see the. You often get the
Yeah.
technical controller giving you the timeout signal, but I always go by if the spotter loaders start grabbing their drinks and having a little water and Gatorade, you can usually tell that that's going to be a timeout where the lifter has elected to forego their opportunity. Which, if you have taken a second lift and, for whatever reason, it's just not there on the day, sometimes peaking doesn't go quite right. Other times there can be, especially for nationals, there can be some travel involved that might wear you out a little bit or whatever the case is. Oftentimes we'll say, well, there's no point going out and burning more energy. We still have 3 attempts at deadlift. Let's just carry through with the opener that was successful, save that energy for the deadlift event. And so that seems to perhaps be the case over on 1.
177.5 kilos.
So here comes Big Ben, 177.5 on the bar for him. Allison over on 2, opening at 72.5 kilos. All right, smooth for Allison. Smooth for Ben. 3 white lights for Allison. 3 white lights for
There you
Ben.
go.
That's what we like to see.
177.5 kilos for Anthony, please.
Megan coming up next on 2, 75 kilos for her. Anthony on 177.5 kilos for him.
And this will be our last bench press on
Bars
platform
loaded.
1.
So once again, as we were talking about before, Krista, we're looking at over 2 times body weight for bench press over on platform 1. These are the 83 kilo class men. So a quick little bit of back of the napkin math tells you that 166 kilos would be 2 times body weight, even if they're basically at the maximum weight that they're allowed to be. So over 2 times body weight bench press is, especially when it moves like that.
Very impressive.
2 to 1.
And 2 to 1. Great.
So good lift there. Megan was successful at 75. Here comes Delaney at 77.5 to open up her bench press voyage.
7 minutes to change opening attempts. Lighting.
That looked very fast.
And it's a good lift. 80 kilos on the bar, please, for Meg.
All right, next up, we've got the Megatron. Meg Desmond, Team Ontario, coming out, opening at 80 kilos. I know she has her eyes set on hitting a bench press PR. She hit a nice little gym PR not too long ago, about 2 or maybe 3 weeks ago.
Excellent. So the work's been put
So
in.
the work is there. So now, of course, the objective is to take that and translate it into a competition PR. So opening at 80, I'm feeling pretty confident here. This ought to go without too much labor. There we go. Upsy daisy.
And it's a good lift.
3 white lights.
Please, for Haley.
And next up will be Haley, opening at 90 kilograms.
Bar is loaded for Haley.
Do you take lifts off on your bench
I
press?
do.
You
I do. I like to move as little as possible. Yep. But I am the same as what Haley would have just done. Had a conversation with the spotter and loader and
Exactly.
tell them how I would like the bar.
And in your experience, first of all, do you remind them every time when you come out? Or do you
It
kinda hope
depends
that they remember?
if I know them or not. I might remind them on the second, and assuming it was consistent, I would not bother them on the third. That looked like a really good opening for Haley, and it was great.
And Julie coming out next. Nice and easy for the spotter loaders there. Same weight. And I think that might have even been the same rack height and safety height. So nice little adjustment there for them. Just tightening the collars and then carrying on with life. Nice. So, Krista, what's your favorite of the 3 lifts?
Oh, definitely not bench press. Deadlift is my favorite.
Yeah, I'm going to high five you
too?
on that. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Well,
great,
look at the
great.
length of these arms.
We're very similar.
Yeah, I
Long
got
arms.
long
Yeah.
arms, long femurs. I
Yeah.
love to deadlift.
Yeah, that's our lift.
So there we go. That was a good lift for Julie at 90 kilos. Spotter loaders had to do a little bit of work. Bring this up to 100 kilos now for Leah, coming out to open her bench press campaign. And then we'll have 2 more lifters, bottom of the order, both taking 102.5 to open. For all of our gym bro friends down at Good Life, that would be very close to 225 pounds. So good lift there on platform 2. Shannon Huff coming out next. 102.5 kilos loaded on the bar. And then Kylie Morrissey will come out to take the same weight at the bottom of the order. First round of the bench press event for the 69 kilo ladies for platform 2, flight B. We are, of course, here in marvelous Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan for the Canadian Powerlifting Union National Championships. We have 2 platforms going. Platform 1 currently on break. We're ready to get the party started over there because the bar has hit the floor for the deadlift event, which will begin in about 5 minutes and change. So we can enjoy what the ladies are doing here on 2. And 3 white lights for Shannon there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, 102.5 kilos. And Kylie will come out now, same weight. Do you deadlift sumo or
I am
conventional?
sumo. How about you?
I'm conventional.
Okay, there.
Yeah. Old school
We
meathead.
have to have one difference.
Yeah. I've tried sumo because people have mentioned to me that with, the length of my arms and legs and everything, anthropometry,
Yes.
as people like to throw the word around, that, I could possibly
It could
be.
translate into.
It's just.
That's all right.
It just feels.
It's different.
It feels really unnatural.
That is okay.
Whereas the first time I ever conventional pulled, I was at a commercial gym. Good lift there quickly on platform 2 there, bottom of the order, 102.5 for Shannon. So, somebody just left a bar, commercial gym, right? Nobody puts anything away.
This up. Yeah.
So they left 135 loaded on the barbell. I was there by myself. So, I'd been lifting for all of about 3 weeks. Wasn't even powerlifting yet. Well, let's give this a try, see what happens. And it just felt natural, right?
Good
I didn't
for
even
you.
know sumo lifting existed at that time.
Get a little
to be
more
fair.
specialized,
Yeah.
I actually find when I'm conventional, my hips can't get in as good a position, and I've injured myself a few times.
Ooh,
so
ouch.
it's also an injury avoidance for me.
Yeah, well, that is a good motivator for sure. 3 white lights there for Nicola, 75 kilos. Yes.
Yes.
Sienna coming out now at 77.5 kilos for her. So she was successful at 72.5 on her opener, taking a 5-kilo jump. Well, for anybody who might be new to the organized competitive side of powerlifting, you'll often see the spotter loader, probably the platform manager, sort of giving that thumbs up indicator. So the way this goes is there are spotter loaders, of course, as the name would suggest, in charge of the spotting and loading, but the platform manager is there to sort of double check and ensure that everything is done right and to then verify that we are ready to go. They give a signal to the chief referee, who then says the bar is loaded. The announcers will then reiterate that. The technical controller, who controls the flow of lifters coming out onto the platform, will then indicate to the lifter that the bar is loaded and they can come on out. So if you're wondering why that thumbs up is happening, that's why.
They aren't just continually happy to see us and give us a thumbs up. There is a bigger purpose.
Yeah. Sienna was good there at 77.5. Allison will now come out at the same weight, 77.5 kilos. There we go. Upsy daisy. Relatively unfazed by that weight. Moved like an opener.
80 kilos on the bar, please, for Megan.
Megan coming out. 80 kilos loaded on the bar. 5-kilo jump over her successful opener from a few moments ago. And that seems like a nice lift. 3 white lights is the result.
82.5.
And Delaney will join us shortly. 82.5 kilos being loaded on the bar. Nice little sea of green ink if we look at the Simple Meat scoreboard over for Platform 2. From my vantage point right now, I only actually see 3 missed lifts in this flight. 3 missed squats. Everything else is a nice little sea of green.
Yes, very good attempt choices, and everybody's going for it. little stuck at the bottom there.
Yeah, hopefully that was just a misgroove, and might be able to have a short conversation in the back with the coach and
Try it
get
again.
that sorted out before coming out on the third attempt. Here comes the Megatron. Meg Desmond successfully opened at 80 kilograms. 85 kilos being loaded on the bar. I'm feeling pretty confident here. This is going to move like butter. The goal for the day. Wow, you know what? I'm not even going to say anything because I seem to be jinxing people right and left. So I'm just going to shut my full mouth for the first time in my life. There we go. Start command. Pressing up. Okay.
Push through. I don't think the bar went down. She's
3
okay.
white
Yeah,
lights.
great.
Good.
Very good.
Good, good, good. So keep an eye on the third attempt. I know coming in that she was aiming for 90 because she
Okay.
hit 90 kilos in the gym.
Great.
So I know that was the
That was the
objective
goal.
for the day. So we'll see what decision she and her coach John make based on observing the second attempt. We've got Julie here taking a 2.5 kilo jump, 92.5 loaded on the bar for Julie from Quebec. All right, Julie makes light work of that. And we're back to the split screen. The men have joined us again. The deadlift event is underway on platform number 1. Steven just came out, smoked 240 kilos without any difficulty to get the ball rolling on the deadlift event. Haley coming out now, platform 2, 95 kilos on the bar for her. For anybody joining us in the last few moments, we've got 2 platforms going. Platform 1 is the 74 and 83 kilo open men. They are already into the deadlift event first round. The ladies on platform 2, we have 63 and 69 kilo lifters. They are in round 2 of the bench press event at this point. So Haley brings 95 kilos back up to the top floor. Referees are satisfied with the quality of that lift. 3 white lights are awarded. Jared getting ready to take 270 kilos to open over here. Leah is coming out next on platform 2. We've got another national record attempt at 106.5 kilograms there. Platform 1 was a good lift at 270. 3 white lights. Christopher will be coming out next on 1, 277.5. And come on, Leah, we've got another national record attempt. Always fun when we get national record attempts going here at CPU National Championships. And on the second attempt at that. So
Very impressive.
nice.
That looked
Oh
very
boy.
fast.
Oh boy, what's going to come out on the
Great.
third attempt, I wonder? Oh, well,
got
this
it.
is great. We had this last year at Nationals too, dueling national records. I'm pretty sure Shannon was involved in this one too last year, if memory
So
serves.
they're used to this battle. That's
Yeah.
excellent.
So 107 now being loaded for Shannon, so that will usurp the national record that was just set about 10 seconds ago. And again, ladies and gents, this is only second attempt, so this party's going to continue on with any luck. This party's going to continue on into the third round, so we'll keep an eye on that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Justin's coming out, 280 kilos for his opening deadlift on platform number 1. All right.
That looked good for Shannon. Let's see what the refs say. It's a good lift for Shannon.
Nice.
All right.
Kylie must go 107.5 to take the record.
And it's a 3-way fight. I was just
Yep.
pulling up my laptop. I have the results of last year's Nationals there because I had a sneaking suspicion Kylie was going to want to join this party.
107.5.
So I absolutely love when this happens. This
It's
is
so
so
fun.
fun to watch.
Yeah.
So 3 lifters in the 69 open female class duking it out for sole ownership of the national bench press record.
All right, so we're going to Kylie get this, and then we're going to see them do it all again in the third round. Bar is loaded for Kylie. Let's see it, Kylie.
Well, unfortunately, no lift on 1 on deads. 1 yellow and 2 blue card violations. So yeah,
Justin had a little dip at the top where the bar moved downward
yeah,
slightly.
yeah,
so.
definite downward movement there, a little bobble at the top, but didn't seem like a strength issue.
No,
So I
I'm
think
sure he can lock that out on the second one.
Exactly. So Kylie saying, hello, I would like to enter the CPU National Bench Press Record Party with my 107.5 attempt here. There. Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
This thirds are going to be fun.
This is going to be fire when we come down to it on thirds. Let's just
She's
verify.
got
Yeah,
it.
okay.
Great.
3 white lights, just making sure that the referees concur with our opinion that that was a good lift, but it did not really seem like that was going to be in doubt. So we're back to the top of the order on platform 2. Nicola coming out 80 kilos on the bar. This will almost certainly move like butter. Platform 1, Jeremy coming out 297.5 kilos loaded on the bar there. So I'm just pulling up the results from Nationals last year. So last year it was Leah Cameron and Shannon Huff who were trading back and forth for ownership of that national record.
And what was the
So it ended
number
last year? It ended at 106.
Okay.
Now remember that is 6 months ago. So if I were to look up the CPU records, we might find that somebody may have taken something in between. Oh no, it wouldn't have been. Leah took 106.5, so that would have been the next increment up.
Great.
So yeah, so that's where it was left off. Was 106 at Nats last year with Shannon, and then this year we had Leah take 106.5. Shannon responded with 107, and then Kylie came in and said, "Thanks for coming out, but I'm taking 107 and a half." What do we have for third attempts? We've got Shannon at 108, Leah and Kylie both at 109. So that will be interesting to watch because, of course, if, for example, Shannon takes 108, Leah comes out, takes 109, then Kylie will, of course, not be allowed to take 109.
She'll be forced.
She'll be forced to have to take something higher than that because of the rising bar system that we use within each round here in IPF-based powerlifting. So that's going to be a fire end to the bench press event with the ladies over on 2. Can't wait for that to happen. But back to the live action, now that we figured out some of the historical data there. Oh, no! The grip gave out on 1 for Steven, unfortunately. So hopefully that was just a slip and not a callus being lost or something.
Exactly.
Certainly didn't seem heavy, so we'll see what he does next. Allison took 80 kilos for a ride, 3 white lights, no problem there. And here comes Justin, 280 kilos going on the bar. His opener was unsuccessful. If memory serves, was this, yeah, because we're in the 74 kilo class. There are only 6 lifters here, I believe. And once I see Justin walking out, I will remember whether he is the lift that I believe this was the 1 yellow, 2 blues with the little bobble at the top.
I believe, yeah, his shoulders weren't quite locked out and the bar did drop a bit. So I'm sure he'll lock that in this time.
Yeah. Oh, he likes that bar at the back of the platform. I kind of like my bar pushed a little more forward.
Okay.
I mean, not all the way to the front necessarily, but
you don't want to be right in front of the head ref?
Okay. Come on, Justin. Let's see you get this one up, lock out. Okay.
That was definitely smooth.
There we go. 3 white lights.
He's got it.
So that's good. So a big thing I always find with deadlifts is it's so relieving to get that first one in because it secures your total for the day.
Exactly.
You don't have to worry about bombing out or being DQ'd because you miss one of the 3 lifts. You don't get a successful lift. So once you get that one in, then it's, it's send it on, especially when you're coming down to the
Everything else is gravy.
Exactly. Delaney here, 82 and a half. Oh, just a little too much today, unfortunately.
Not quite there today.
But she had her opener at 77.5, so she will continue to ride. And here comes the Megatron. I suspected they might do this. So 80 kilos flew, 85 went, but it was a little bit of work. Honest work, but a little work. So taking the 2.5 kilo jump, I am almost certain that this will still represent a competition PR, if not an overall PR because she did hit 90 in the gym a few short weeks ago. But let's go, Meg. You've got this. Come on. Simultaneously, we have Jared taking 282.5. Or maybe not. He's just enjoying a little walk around.
And not quite there.
And unfortunately not there for Meg today. I guess Jared is timing out in the world's most stylish manner.
And the bar is loaded.
So he has officially now timed out. Never seen a timeout conducted in that manner, but that's fine. Live and learn.
Because this is a small flight, when lifters time out, it does give the other lifters a little bit of a break. It gives the spotters loaders maybe another couple minute. So that is totally okay.
I've just never seen the lifter come out onto the plug. Usually they just kind of
stay
hang
in the
out
back.
in the back.
I know. Yeah, I agree.
So Julie, good fight.
Good push.
Good fight. 97.5. Let's just confirm that. Oh,
not quite. So
unfortunately, no. One blue card, one yellow card violation. See if we can observe.
So the blue might have been, the bar did sink a little bit into her chest, and they might have wanted to call that. I don't know if it was a foot or butt come up on for the yellow.
Yeah, we don't have the greatest angle to make a call on that, but unfortunately no lift 2-1. Good lift for Chris over on 1 for the 74 kilo men. Haley coming out, getting amped up, 100 kilos loaded on the bar. We've got Jacob out here about to take a 20 kilo jump over his opener. 305 kilos on the bar after we get that bar tidied up a little bit. Spotter loader's doing a good job there. Important to note, especially when you've got conventional pullers and sumo pullers sharing a bar, as we would, for example, I'm a conventional, you're a sumo, where you have your baby powder is where I want my chalk.
Exactly.
And where I have my baby powder is where you have your chalk because of the arms inside or outside of the legs. And so you don't want those two substances mixing, particularly if there's baby powder where your grip is going. So good job by the spotter loaders, keeping an eye on that, making sure every lifter gets a fair opportunity to show us what they've trained for. Here we go.
Here's the battle now.
All right, Shannon the first coming out to up the CPU national record that we just saw 3 times that it was broken in the last round. So Shannon, I'm feeling confident, is going to nail this and own the record, at least temporarily. And up. Oh, unfortunately, no, not there.
Just not there, but
so
good
now,
she went for it.
We could also see if any changes happen here. So the record is currently 107.5. Held by Kylie, who set that about 10 minutes ago. So 108, no go. Leah's got 109. Looks like she is going to continue to take 109.
Kylie has the lot number advantage here, so she was able to put in the same number and then just chip up if she needs to. Bar is loaded for Leah.
Apologies, I forgot. This is not bench only, so yeah, we don't get changes on the third bench. I was getting a little too excited with all this record business, looking for the dramatic finish to the round. My apologies, and thank you for reminding me of what the silly, this damn IPF rulebook that I have right in front of me. Maybe I should read it sometime. All right, Leah, come on. Let's see a new record here. Oh, okay, no go. So Kylie will now attempt 109. Now, Kylie is the current owner of the record at 107.5, so that is locked in qualitatively.
Yes. Yep.
Now, quantitatively, she might be able
she could go for this
to go up this extra 1.5.
Yeah.
Bar is loaded for Kylie.
So one way or the other, Kylie is going to be walking away with a CPU national record. The only open question is, will it be 107.5 or will it be 109?
Bar is loaded, Steven.
I'm betting on 109. I'm feeling good. And let's not forget the men here. We're getting all caught up in what's happening with the ladies. Steven is coming out here, 255 kilos. He had 240 moves successfully as his opener. 255 did not go, so he's retaking 255. Come on, Kylie. Let's see it. Up. Oh, just a little too much.
But she still got it.
She still walks away with a national record. So, I mean, if that's the worst thing that happens in a day, that's a pretty good day for most people, I think.
Exactly.
So we didn't quite get the exciting flourish that maybe we were hoping for, some high drama. But nonetheless, we have another new national record set, 107.5. So that's great. There we go. We're back to one screen, so I can actually pay attention to what's going on and not get confused. So Jared is coming out. Oh, I always like these because it's send it time, right? Last lift of the day. So, third round of the deadlift, 74 kilo men. Jared opened at 270, stuck it, went up to 282.5, did not get that lift, has decided to go full send, and has added another 12.5 kilos anyway. So, will the juice be worth the squeeze? Okay, so this was the gentleman who came out. He timed out stylishly. Now let's see. I'm thinking he's going to take this. So I suspect now that I see him coming back out, I imagine what happened is what you'll see sometimes when people are going full max lift is they just say, all right, I've only got 2 of these in me. I don't want to take all 3 attempts. And come on. Oh,
it was
got it off the ground, got it to the knees, just not quite there today. And maximizing his time on the platform. Maybe he enjoys the carpet. It's a nice view out here. The lighting's pretty nice. Spotter loaders are good-looking people.
They are.
So, unfortunately, no lift there. But I'm sure, as is always the case, most people are pretty happy with their day. Just being here at the CPU Nationals is usually a pretty good time. So, here comes Justin. Opened at 280, did not get it. Retook 280, got it. And now, once again, we're going full send here. 22.5 kilo jump, 302.5 kilos being loaded on the bar. These are third attempts, so you will notice that the spotter loaders are going to clean that barbell after every single lifter in compliance with the IPF rulebook. So something especially maybe for people who are new to the competitive end of the sport. If you're trying to time out what your rests are going to be, your pause rest time in between first to second, second to third. On deadlift, you can count on there being a little bit more time between your second and your third because the bar has to be cleaned after every lift. Up she goes. All right, what do the referees say?
That was a good lift.
There we go, good lift.
Great.
Nice finish to the day there, 302.5. And especially with that heroic 22.5 kilo jump from second to third after missing the opener. So probably not coming in quite as heavy as he might have liked if things had gone to plan, but that's pretty close, I would imagine. So good job there. Christopher coming out now, 305 kilos being loaded on the bar. He took a 17.5 kilo jump from his opener to his second. Both of those were successful. This is now a 10 kilo jump for Chris coming into his third and final deadlift, the 9th lift of the day for him. Not there today, unfortunately. And hopefully his hand's okay there. Looks like favoring his thumb a little bit. So unfortunately, no lift. Jeremy coming out next. 297.5 went successfully as his opener. He jumped 12.5 kilos up to 310 for his second. Unfortunately, that did not go. So he's taking 310 kilos again for his third and final deadlift of the day. And we are flying here on platform 1, I would say. The session started, about 2 hours and 15 minutes ago-ish?
Yes.
And
We're
we are
moving.
just about done the 74s, and then we just have to go through the deadlift for the 83s. So we usually try to aim for, when I'm spotting and loading, I know we usually try to aim for, on average, 1 minute per lifter, and then add 20 minutes worth of breaks, usually the 2 times 10-minute breaks. So if you can come in at that sort of roughly 1 minute per lifter average, you can usually pat yourself on the back as a spotter loader that you've done a good job. Things were running well. Yep. And again, these spotter loaders, these aren't just people that walked in off the street here in magnificent Moose Jaw. These,
They're very
I'm sure some of them
experienced.
are local.
There are some local, yeah.
But I can say, for example, the gentleman on the far right there, that's RG. He's from the Toronto area. He was flown in specifically for this purpose, as were any number of other spotters and loaders. And so not only do we have the best of the best lifters, we arguably have the best of the best spotter loaders, referees, and various others, which is great.
Agreed.
All right, Jeremy stepping up, eyeballing that 310 kilos, getting ready to take it for a ride up to the top floor.
Platform 2, you have 75 seconds left to change openers, so 4 minutes and 10 seconds now to lifting.
Nice. Walks it out. Gets the down command. Referees.
It's a good lift.
3 white lights. Excellent.
Let's
All right. Jacob coming out next. Oh, this is fun. Jacob opened at 285. Took a 20 kilo jump up to 305. Nailed it. Oh. And there's been a change submitted. I was I was going to say we had a national record on the go, which was, I believe, a 15.5 kilo jump or something.
Yes.
Now he's brought that down. It's now only, air quotes only, a 13 kilo jump for a national record attempt, 318 kilograms being loaded on the bar. So again, as a reminder, these are 74 kilo male lifters. So we are well in excess of 4 times body weight on these deadlifts, which is not nothing.
Very impressive.
All right, come on, Jacob. Oof. Wow, that moved.
Good lift.
Nice. That definitely, there. I feel like there were a few more kilos in the tank on that one, so well done. So we'll see his next meet. I suspect he's going to do the old game of let's take the record from that other guy.
Absolutely.
So nicely done there. And a nice way to finish off the flight there, the 74 kilo open class men. That is now in the books here at the 2025 Canadian Powerlifting Union National Championships from magnificent Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. 83 kilo men starting out now. We've got Riley coming up first, 75 kilos loaded on the bar. Once again, the bar has to be cleaned at the end. This is sort of considered like the last lift of round 3, so the bar has to be cleaned before round 1 of the B flight. And here comes Riley. And there we go. Takes that one fairly easily. And once again, you can see seems to be suffering with some form of an injury there. So, 75 kilos. I think we all sort of knew when that was coming out. This is a token lift to secure the total.
Much more in a better scenario.
Capable of, I'm sure, quite a bit more than that. So, but either way, that secures his total, which is always important. And we'll see. Maybe he comes out and takes another lightweight, or maybe he'll just decide to call that a day. But in any event, Simon is coming up next. 247.5 kilos loaded on the bar. And again, these are the first attempts for the 83 kilo men. So every single time you see a successful deadlift in this round, you know that the lifter has secured their total for the day. And then you get into the second and the third where it's a little bit more along the lines of full send and see what you're able to do to really maximize your total for the day. There we go. That looked smooth. 3 white lights. So good job for Simon. Alexandra coming up next. 255 kilos being loaded on the bar.
Bar is loaded.
I'm not sure where my chief referee is for platform 2, but if you can hear me, we need you.
Not sure if you folks out on YouTube can hear the announcers through the local PA, but platform 2, we are seeking some missing personnel so that they can.
Some very important personnel.
Yeah.
Oh, and now we're running.
Oh, here we go. We got the old referee coming back. I know from, especially at local meets, there's a few that I've done recently in one capacity or another, that the problem is there's just not enough toilets. And so everyone's got a 10-minute break.
Yeah. Where does everyone rush to?
Right?
Yeah.
Some number of lifters are going to be using the washroom, but then you've got all the referees, all the spotter loaders, announcers, scorekeepers.
It's a busy time.
Everybody else is running to the bathrooms at the same time, and you can wind up with quite a lineup. So the ladies have reappeared. Their 10-minute pause for a good cause is over. The bars hit the floor for the big finale of the 63 and 69 kilo ladies. Anthony just took 265 on one. Equin is taking 147.5 to begin her deadlift campaign and to secure her total here in the 63 kilo open class. There we go. Upsy daisy, nice and easy.
And we're off to a good
And
start.
3
147.5
white
kilos on the
lights. Here comes Luke, proud owner of a new CPU national squat record. As soon as he completes this successful deadlift to ensure that his total is secure and that record has to be updated on the website. There we go. Nice. And no real doubt there. That goes up nice and smooth, as does Azalea's at 147.5. So good job there. Congratulations to Luke Birmingham, the official now proud new owner of a CPU national squat record at 303 kilograms, if memory serves. I know it's on the scoreboard app, but I'm an M2 lifter and I don't have glasses. So it's thankfully, I've got Krista here who could help me out pointing at the screen.
Correct.
Right there it is,
Yeah.
bald, blind jackass.
There we go.
All righty. So we are just rolling along here. A nice sea of green ink in the first round of the synchronized deadlift event between platforms 1 and 2. So Andrew just took 270 for a successful ride. Mackenzie took 152.5. Lizzie's coming out for 157.5. Danny's coming out for 270. And once again, the Bridge City Barbell crew, fan favorites here, the local crowd. All right, looks good for Lizzie. Referees confirm. And here goes Danny now, 270. And that also looks pretty good. And 3 white lights there. So here comes Big Ben, 280 kilograms. So once he successfully completes this lift, he will officially be the proud new owner of a CPU national squat record at 308. He is 6 for 6 thus far, so he's having a nice little day, to put it mildly. There goes Laura on 2, 162.5, is rewarded with 3 white lights, so good job for her. Total secure. And Big Ben's going to send this one up to the moon, I suspect. There we go. 3 white lights and national record secured. Well done, sir. Timothy coming out next. Same 280 kilos on the bar. Spotter loaders give those collars a little tightening, and then we are off to the races once again. Taliana, 162.5. Getting into position, ready to go.
Very smooth.
Nice 3 white lights, nice and easy there. Leah will be next on 2, 165 kilos being loaded for her. Nice lift there on 1, 3 white lights. So we are off to a wonderful start in the deadlift event. Everybody securing their totals, and especially for a couple of the lifters on the men's side so far, ensuring that their CPU national records are secure. We have at least one of the ladies. I believe it's going to be Shannon, who ended up taking the national.
And more white lights, 167.5.
There we go.
Stays on the bar, or goes on the bar for Emma.
Oh, yeah, well, Shannon, yes.
You're right.
Yeah, so we just need Shannon to come out in the next flight and nail her opening deadlift just to secure that. But we're all doing nicely so far. Leah's deadlift is good at 165. Emma's coming out 167.5. And, oh, there we go. Riley's coming out. He took 75 as a token lift on his opener. He's moved up to 225 now. So, again, I'm sure he is capable of significantly more. He seems to be nursing something of an injury, so he's just sort of taking whatever he thinks that he can take safely without exacerbating that injury. Emma's good on her opening deadlift, 167.5. Judith will come out and face the same weight in a moment. Or that's the other side of it is, so when you get a successful lift, for those who might not be as familiar with the competitive side of things, as Krista mentioned before, especially in a smaller session, you want to give all those other lifters that 1 minute's rest. But what they've done over here, which is very thoughtful, is he's put in 225, which is 4 reds, because that way the bar is loaded to something that makes it easier for the spotter loaders.
Exactly.
And this
that
actually,
was very considerate.
This actually happened at last year's nationals. There was a gentleman in the 120 plus, I think.
Okay.
Right. So the biggest of the bigs took 75, and then they scratched, walked away. But what the rule book says is successful lift. If your coach doesn't put in an attempt selection, it goes up 2.5. So the spotter loaders for the next 2 rounds had to load 77.5 and then put it back up to, 270, 300, whatever those big guys were. So this is very considerate.
That was great.
So there we go. Now we have, unfortunately,
that was a good lift for Dakota.
Yeah.
She took 170, and the last first attempts are Kelsey now, who's going to try 180.
And here comes Simon, adding 15 kilos over his opening deadlift, 262.5. Seems relatively unbothered by the weight and is rewarded with 3 white lights. And 180 on the right side of our split screen platform 2 for Kelsey, 180 kilos, of course. We are just about at the 400-pound mark. That's about 397 pounds being lifted. Here comes Luke Birmingham on platform 1, 275 kilos on the bar, 10-kilo jump over his opener. Nice, good lift.
Nice work. 155 kilos goes on the bar piece for Doris, starting second attempts.
There we go. Looks good for Luke. 3 white lights. Alexandra coming out next. A nice hearty 20-kilo jump for him. Opened at 255, nailed it. 275 going on the bar now. And we have 155 kilos on the bar, platform 2.
That looked good.
Okay.
There
All
might have
right,
been
red.
lockout.
Yeah, red card would be lockout, either soft knees or shoulders aren't fully back. Neither of which we're in much of a position to
No, it's
adjudicate from this camera
hard
angle.
for us to say.
But the opinions that matter have let their opinions be known. Coach is coming up to the jury to politely inquire, and that will not change anything. So here's Danny, 280 kilos on the bar. Simultaneously, Azalea is taking 157.5 kilos on platform 2. Oh, no, grip slip. Unfortunate. So
He's got one more attempt, though, so he could come and try that again.
So Azalea's lift was good. Let's just see the replay, what happened. Yeah, that's just the old hook grip. And sometimes you wonder, was there maybe a little bit of baby powder mixed in with the chalk on the bar? Hopefully not. But this can happen from time to time. But he's had quite the day, so I would not bet against him coming out and nailing that on his third. We have Mackenzie coming out here, a 10-kilo jump. And making it look like it's just another day at the office. 162.5, going smoothly, 3 white lights. We've got Anthony over here on 1, taking a 20-kilo jump up to 285. Lizzie will be out on 2 momentarily, 165 kilos being loaded there. And good lift for Anthony, 3 white lights. Andrew coming out next, also taking a hearty 20-kilo jump up to 290. And I'm feeling really confident Lizzie's going to smoke this like a fine ham. There we go.
That looks solid.
Perfect. 3 white lights. Laura will be next on 2. 172.5 kilos being loaded on the bar, 10-kilo jump. And here comes Andrew.
Bars loaded for Laura.
Oh, Laura, fight. Nice fight.
Good push.
Oh, good fight. Moral victory at the very least. What do the referees say?
She got
3 white lights.
Great.
Excellent. Rewarded. Look at that fight. Oh, yeah, when you're shaking like that.
Max effort.
The nervous system is saying, I don't want to do this. I'm saying, I don't care what you want. This is going up.
She should be really proud of that.
Yeah, that's an excellent lift. Job well done. Big Ben, 292.5 kilos loaded on the bar. Simultaneously, Taliana, 172.5. There
Looks
we go.
smooth for Ben.
Yep.
Then it is.
Colors, and Tim's going to come out for the same weight.
Oh, Tim's coming out next, 292.5 also on the bar.
That looked good for Taliana.
And duly rewarded.
175 on the bar, please, for Emma.
So Emma coming out 175 kilos going on the bar here. A little bit of reconstructive surgery happening on the barbell over here on 1. So nicely done, making sure that every lifter gets a fair opportunity to show us what they're capable of doing. And we will get back to the action in a moment.
Bars loaded for Emma.
Bars loaded on 1.
right, we might get some. Oh, I was going to say we might get synchronized deadlifting here if we're lucky. Oh, maybe. Oh, Emma beats him to it.
Emma's faster.
I think Tim was out first, but then Emma came in from behind. But 3 white lights on 2, 2 white lights on 1. That's good enough for 2 good lifts, even if they didn't quite do it in synchronicity. But they got the desired result, so that makes us all quite happy. Leah's coming out next, 175 going on the bar, 10-kilo jump for her. Kurt will be coming out momentarily, 300 kilos even. For him, 15-kilo jump over his opener. So we can keep an eye on the 83-kilo men. We've got currently looking at the simple meet, rather. We seem to have Ben in first, Luke in second, Anthony in third. So we'll try to keep a bit of an eye on that as we come down. Oh, Anthony and Danny, I am told, are tied.
They're very close.
Yeah. Do we have body weight? So we're using a different, for me, we usually use a different scoreboard app in Ontario, so I'm not quite as familiar with this one, so I'm struggling to get the information. This is what happens when you put a Gen X person on live stream commentary without there being a Gen Zer to help with the technology, I guess. But
Anthony and Danny are only a few points off, so we'll see what that third deadlift does.
Yeah. Which one has the lighter body weight? Can we find that? Because in cases of ties, the lighter body weight, of course.
Anthony is a lighter body weight.
So Anthony is, if they're tied on weight, then Anthony is, in some sense, he has the moral edge, if you want to. Well, maybe not the moral edge, but has the body weight edge.
The scientific advantage.
Yeah. So back to the action here. We've got Riley who will be timing out. So 225 is loaded onto the bar. They'll give that a little clean, and we'll just wait for the requisite 60 seconds. And then we'll have Simon coming out after that for 277.5. Dakota's on 180 kilos loaded for her.
Bar is loaded.
Seems relatively unbothered by that mass. 3 white lights is the result, so job well done there. Kelsey coming out next, same 190 kilos on the bar, so spotter loaders will give the collars a quick tightening, and Kelsey will be out presently.
Bars loaded for Kelsey.
We're going up to 277.5 kilos.
There we go for Kelsey. That looks good. 3 white lights. Nicely done.
Top of the third.
So we're back to the top of the order. Round number 3. Simon, 277.5. Loaded on the bar. So we are at send it time. Final lifts. 15 kilo jump over his successful second. He's 2 for 3 on the deadlift event so far, so hopefully he can finish this on the right side of the ledger. 162.5 kilos being loaded on the bar, 7.5 kilo jump, which replicates the same 7.5 kilo increment from opener to second. So I'm really pulling for Simon. He had that unfortunate little bit. Had that unfortunate little mishap on bench.
Right.
Not quite there today, unfortunately. So away we go there. We're going to get Luke Birmingham coming out. Proud owner of a new national squat record, looking to finish his day with a nice 280 kilo deadlift before almost certainly having to come back tomorrow and coach a bunch of people.
He's not done yet.
Yeah, I doubt he's done. There we go. That's a nice little deadlift there.
That was a fast third.
Yeah, fast
Very
third.
good.
165 for Azalea.
Yeah, fast,
Yeah, she was
smooth.
very patient with the bar. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Good job. Azalea is going to come out to join us with 165 kilos on the bar in a moment. And Luke is going to end his lifting campaign here with 280 kilos.
Loaded on 2.
Nice.
Oh,
Ooh,
I'm
what's
not sure
did
if he
jump
got the
it?
down command yet.
Oh, one red,
ref
one
says he
blue.
does, so he may challenge.
Yeah, here comes and
The
the
jury's
jury is
discussing.
deliberating. They are discussing.
Good fight. 2 red lights. 170 on the bar, please.
Good lift for
Mackenzie.
Azalea on 2. We do have a discussion at the jury table that we're trying to keep an eye on. So we shall try to keep an eye on Luke to see if that gets overturned. Alexandra is coming out next in the meantime. He opened at 255. We're going full send here. I love this. Opened at 255, nailed it. Attempted 275, did not pass. Has elected to go up another 10 kilos to 285. So let's see a nice big finish here. Big drive, big drive. Come on, lock it, lock it, lock it, lock it. Get that last little bit.
He's close.
Okay, I think he's at the top. Let's just see what is the official call. 2-1. Good enough. There we go.
He'll be really happy with that.
Nice.
We're going to 287.5 kilos for
Yeah, just slowed down there a little bit. Just getting those last couple of stories to the top of the building, but a good lift. So well done, sir. Laura, next up on platform 2, 175 kilos loaded on the bar. She took a 10-kilo jump from opener to second. She's 2 for 2 on the deadlift event, and just taking that small 2.5-kilo increment to round out the day.
And Danny on 1. So Danny and Anthony are very close at a podium spot for third right now. So Danny has decided to go up 7.5 kilos, even though he did miss his second.
Here we go. And remember, this is the one that his grip gave out. So we didn't really get a chance to know whether the strength was there or not, but he's rolling the dice because why not?
And the crowd is behind him.
Absolutely. Drive it, drive it, drive it. Okay, get it locked. That looks good to me.
Wow.
Nice.
That was incredible. He dialed that in to get that one.
Nice. That was nice.
And the hometown crowd is very pleased.
Absolutely. So now we've got Anthony has 295 entered as his third attempt at the moment. Now we're going to see if maybe
Anthony may decide to change to try to take that podium spot back.
So it looks like, if I'm reading this correctly, I think he's in a 15-kilo deficit. So that would require a significant jump. So no, he's just going to come out and take the 295. Okay,
Weight stays the same for Mackenzie.
is that Lizzie? Yeah, that was Lizzie taking 175 over on 2. Good lift there. Well done. Nice way to finish off her day. Now, I do believe she... Oh, no, she's in 6th there. Okay. All right. Anthony seems to have gone up. Referees say yes, he has. So that's good. Now Mackenzie's coming out on 2. I think that's the one that I was looking for. Yes, because she's taking so she went 10-kilo jump, opener to second, but is taking a 12.5-kilo jump from second to third. Usually, if anything, you find that the increments get smaller as you carry on, but she feels it might be there. Oh, fight for it. Brings it to the top. Now we're going to have to wait to see. Yeah, I had a feeling we might see some blue cards there, unfortunately. But a moral victory nonetheless, and you know that whenever her next meet is, she'll just tidy that up.
Exactly. Just a little bit of downward movement as she was trying to lock out.
And I mean, with sumo, sometimes that's not even a strength issue. That could just be a balance thing a little bit. Sumo's a little more finicky than conventional in that sense. So, but the strength was basically there. So I'm sure she'll tidy that up whenever her next meet is and drive that one home. So not all is lost, of course. Taliana will be next on 2, 177.5. So more excitement. Andrew over here on 1, opened at 270, nailed it. Took a 20-kilo jump, was unsuccessful there. Is taking a 15-kilo jump up to 305. So we're kind of going full send over here on 1. We've got Taliana 177.5 on 2. Okay.
A little. I think that's going to get called for a downward motion.
Moral victory, but blue cards across the board, unfortunately.
187.5.
But it's always nice to know it's there, if nothing else. When you go back to training after a couple of days,
she'll get it again.
So you know it's there, and then whenever the next meet is that you're planning for, you can sort of make that part of your training plan that the strength is there. We just need to tidy it up a little bit. So Dakota's coming out 187.5 on 2.
302.5 now.
Okay, yes. Andrews dialing it down a bit, 302.5. I believe he had 305 entered as his final attempt a moment ago. On 1, Judith is taking 180, or sorry, on 2 rather, Judith is taking 187.5. 10-kilo jump again, same as she did from opener to second. And here comes Andrew, 302.5 on the bar for him. Big,
yeah.
Good try.
Not
Very
quite,
good try.
but was definitely worth.
Yeah, you got to go for that.
You got to go for it. I'm not sure which province he's from, but assuming he's not from here, you had to get on a plane. You might as well go for it when you get here.
Exactly.
So
okay, we're good. We don't change
Judith missed 187.5, but Dakota's going to try for that exact same weight.
Okay. And over on 1, we've got Big Ben coming out, 307.5 being loaded on the bar here. So once again, we're going full send. He opened at 280, took a 12.5-kilo jump to his second, which was successful. Now electing to take a 15-kilo jump into his third.
Bar is loaded.
And he is 8 for 8 so far. So let's finish the day.
Let's get a perfect day.
Right, perfect day with a little side order of new Canadian Powerlifting Union national record. Not a bad way to spend a Friday afternoon in Moose Jaw.
Exactly.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
It looks good.
Just getting the lockout. All right, let's just see.
Yeah. Just
I thought the shoulders were maybe not quite back. So Dakota's going for it, not quite there today, unfortunately. So she still finishes at 180, which is a certainly respectable number, to put it mildly. So good job there. Cleaning the bar again, we've got Tim coming out. So another 12.5-kilo jump for him. He started at 280, went up to 292.5, and is looking to finish the day at 310. Platform 2, of course, Leah will also be going full send mode. Opened at 165, jumped up to 175, and is now taking a 12.5-kilo jump to finish off the day on a big note. So let's see what Tim can do here. Yeah, getting that.
He likes the noise.
That's it, bringing the hype, I like it. Yeah, that's it. see. What do we get? 2-1 on yellows. Unfortunately. Now again, moral victory. The weight went up. So yeah, there was a little bit of discussion among the various officials. So we'll keep an eye on what's happening here. But the gentlemen on Platform 1 are finished. So let's focus all of our attention on the ladies of Platform 2. Leah's here with 187.5. And that looks pretty good. What do the referees say? They concur. 2-1. Little red card violation on the lockout there from the right side referee, but that is good enough to carry the day. So here comes Emma from Make Your Mark in beautiful North York, Ontario to round out her day. She opened deadlift at 167.5, took a 7.5 kilo jump up to 175, which she hit successfully. And now is going what we like to call full send.
Absolutely. I believe if Emma nails this lift, she will move into third on body weight.
There we go, which would explain the full send here because we are looking at a 17.5 kilo jump. I know there's lots and lots of Team Ontario people in the building, so I suspect that's some of the noise that you're hearing in the background as we all get behind Emma Zilberman Vegas. Another person who I'm sure is not finished her CPU Nationals, as she'll probably be coaching half the people in the room tomorrow.
For the rest of the week, I agree.
Rest of the week. Big drive. Oh, come on. Oh, just the elevator just got stuck.
Yeah.
Oh, that was looking good, though.
Great attempt.
But great attempt. Nothing to be shy about, nothing to be ashamed of there. You take a massive jump like that, and you get it moving. Just didn't quite get there, but that's all good. Dave and Emma there finishing off the day. You know, go grab a steak dinner somewhere and then get ready to coach 100 people tomorrow. All right, Kelsey is coming out now. 195 being loaded on the bar. She opened at 180, nailed it, went up to 190, nailed it again, and is looking to finish out at 195. This is also the last pull of the A flight for the 60. Oh, sorry, we have a few 69s mixed in with the 63s in the A flight, just the way the layout of the distribution of lifters went. So this will finish off the A flight, and then we'll go into the B flight right after, which will be all 69 kilo women, and then we'll have a nice big finish there, I'm sure, with some excellent lifting that we can have our undivided attention put on it, as we've only got one platform going for the rest of this session. Beltless lifter here too on the old deadlift.
Yeah, not as common.
Yeah. All right, gets to the top. Let's see what the referees say. Yeah, kind of. I was, unfortunately, I was expecting that there was going to be some trouble. You can see just there a little bobble for those two blue cards, and then, red card for either shoulders not back or soft knees, unfortunately. But again, moral victory.
Absolutely.
And you know it'll be there whenever the next competition comes along. She can rest fairly confidently that will be there next time. So here we go. Big finish to the day. We're into the B flight. Final lifts of the session. Nicola's coming out first. 135 kilos being loaded on the bar. And unsurprisingly, that is a warm-up weight for her under traditional circumstances. So nice little opener there. And this is so much easier now that there's only one.
I know. It's so many less things happening.
I'm usually pretty good at, I can literally juggle.
Multitask.
the multitasking on having two platforms going was definitely a little challenging for this old guy. But here we go. The Megatron, Meg Desmond, coming out to solidify her total 160 kilos loaded on the bar. I do believe she hit 180 in the gym recently. Oh, smooth.
That was very nice.
So that's going to, there we go, 3 white lights.
Opener.
We always say back home that it's not a powerlifting meet until the scoreboard software has a technical glitch.
Oh,
And
yes.
I don't think we've had one yet, actually. There's been a couple times that we're waiting for the lights.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
just
oh, is
slow,
this it? Is this
slow.
it? Is
Yeah.
this the glitch? Is
Yeah.
this the one? Did we lose the Wi-Fi?
Technology.
Yep. I do wonder, and this is going to sound really silly probably, but I wonder how they used to do it before we had all of this. Like, because there must have been a time they would have had to do this manually.
Oh,
if you think back to the early
all
days of
spreadsheets and the physical cards.
Yeah.
And yeah.
right,
yeah,
because
yeah,
you know
just
powerlifting in
papers.
Canada has been around since the 70s,
Exactly.
and so yes, we did have computers, but I mean we didn't have Lotus 1, 2, 3 until sort of the early 80s, as I recall. So there must have been a time that the scoring table would have just
Was
been just paper,
many papers.
just a sea of paper everywhere. So we're off to a good start, round 3 of the deadlifts. Nicola, Meg, and Megan are all up on the board. We've got the spotter loaders' favorite flurry here. 4 lifters in a row, all taking 165. I know that always makes me happy when I'm spotting and loading. You go over there, give a little token tightening of
We're
the
good.
collars there, then carry on with your day. Oh, that flew.
Very fast opener.
Nice.
And we're just fumbling.
No, there we go. I was going to say,
Okay, yeah.
I was like, every
The lights
time-
are getting
Every
tired.
time I say something, it's like I feel like
You are
I'm the
the
jinx
jinx today.
guy today. It's, my apologies to anybody out there on YouTube who's getting sick of me making comments that end up causing things to go off the rails temporarily. I swear, it's actually not anything to do with me. So here comes Haley. Same 165 on the bar. Not expecting this to be any sort of trouble. There we go. Nice and smooth.
Another easy
3
opener.
white lights.
All right,
Looking
one
good.
More time, guys. We're going to tighten these collars, and then it's going to be Kylie's turn.
All right, and here comes Kylie.
And the
So,
bar is loaded for Kylie.
This will solidify her total, and unfortunately, she... Oh, yeah, she is the one. Yeah, she is going home with the bench press record. I
Yes,
lost track
yes,
of between
right.
the 3 of them who were duking it out. So,
Right,
yes.
you're
So
right.
she just needs to make sure to get this just to secure that total, to secure that CPU national record. Upsy daisy,
Looks pretty
walkout,
good.
and
Another
there we go. It's
Yeah.
official.
All right, let's slap on a
So that's
1.25,
nice.
Go to 167.5.
And here comes Allison. She's a national level referee when she's not busy lifting weights herself up here on the platform. So she's going to open at 167.5 to secure that total.
And she's had a pretty great day so far. Not missing any attempts yet.
Nice. Like to see green ink in every
Yeah.
direction, but especially
great
in the
feeling.
rows there. Yep. There
That
we go.
was
That
very
was
strong.
exactly. Unbothered by that mass. So total secured, 7 for 7 thus far. Time to send it. There we go. Spotter loaders having fun securing those collars, not having to change the plates. And here we go. 167.5 for Delaney.
And there we have it, another good one.
Good
All
lift
right,
over
we're
there.
going to 177.
It's a little weird from our perspective. So where we're sitting, obviously folks at home wouldn't know, we are sitting behind what was the jury table on platform 1. And so we could hear the chief referee commands on platform 1 very easily. I don't think I've heard
Two is way
yeah, 2 is
across.
like,
We can't even
it's
throw
like in the
something
next
that far.
postal code.
Yeah.
It's like halfway to Ontario on the other side of the room. So I actually, every time I see the barbell go down, if it seems like it was kind of fast, I'm like, did they jump the command, or can I just not hear the commands because we're on the other
We're
side
that
of the
far
room?
away.
So there's Leah,
There we go.
177.5 going up there, and that
177.5 for Juliana.
secures her total. She was in the running for that
The bench.
bench press national record. Unfortunately, She was usurped. Her position was usurped by Kylie, but nonetheless, always fun to be part of the party, if nothing else. And here comes Julie, 177.5 kilos loaded on the bar. There we go. Another one, easy peasy.
And good opener there.
And Shannon Huff, another well-known name in Canadian powerlifting circles, opening at 180.
Top of the order with Nicola.
So this is the last deadlift of the first round. And then we'll get back up to the top of the order. I can see we've got a number of lifts coming up in round 2 that will be in excess of 400 pounds. So these ladies are moving some non-trivial weights. These are not light weights. There we go. Easy.
Very easy for Shannon.
There we go.
All the openers are on the board. 145 kilos on the bar, please, for Nicola.
All right, we're back to the top of the order. Nicola's coming out, taking a 10-kilo jump. 145 kg loaded on the bar. So good. I wonder how much she knows about what her husband just did, because they're both
Right.
they're both in the
They're
back
on-
room, but because they're on separate platforms, they're on like other
Unless
sides.
they're watching
Yeah.
the meet.
I mean, they're probably sending
Yes,
either
yes,
sending
some
their
kind of-
coaches back and
yeah.
forth, or checking some of the screens in the back to
Exactly.
sort of keep an eye. So I'm assuming that was a good lift. I didn't really bother to watch it
was.
because
It
I
was
knew it would be.
quite fast.
Yeah, exactly. That's more or less. That's pretty much what I was expecting that to look like. And all right, Meg Desmond, the Megatron, Team Ontario coming out. 10-kilo jump over her opener, 170 going on the bar. So this will be a medium intensity, I think. She's going to bring the heat on her third. There we go. A little bit of intensity. Yep. Driving it up.
Very smooth.
There we go. And that ought to be good. There we go. So keep an eye on that, see what they put in for their third. I know 180 is that's the objective. So we'll see how she and John are feeling about that in a few moments when the attempt selection comes in through the table. Megan coming up, 175 loaded on the bar, 10-kilo jump for her. Yes, Megatron's put in 177.5, so that will be a competition PR. So I'm sure that will move mightily. 3 white lights there for Megan, so good lift there.
Bars loaded.
So here comes Haley, 175 kilos. There we go. 3 white lights there. So nice little deadlift there. Allison's coming up next. 10-kilo jump over her opener. 177.5 kilos being loaded on the bar. There we go.
That looked good.
And a nice pull from Allison.
3 white lights there. So I think safe to say she'll be going at least 182.5, I would like to think, for her final lift there.
She's got a couple kilos left in there. Yep, I agree.
That's, she did not seem too horribly bothered by that mass. Oh, there we go. Another 177.5 here. Good day to be a spotter loader.
Very consistent weights being loaded on this bar.
I say for these guys who have
Well,
been doing
yes, they're
it,
exhausted.
slinging plates all week long. There we go,
looks smooth
3
as well.
weights. And there we go, give a little token tightening of the collars there for another 177.5. Kylie coming out momentarily.
Bar is loaded.
All right, so we're getting down to the interesting part of the order here. We do have a tight race for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place between Leah, Julie, and Kylie. So this is where all those extra little plus or minus 2.5 kilos here and there can start to make a difference. There we go. So blocks that out. That should be good, I would think. And it is.
On the board.
All right, so 177.5 in the books there. Sienna coming up now. Full send, 15-kilo jump.
And the bar is loaded.
And there we go.
That looks good. That was a pretty big jump from 1st to 2nd, but
Absolutely.
that's great.
Keep it going. 187.
So oftentimes I find, it might look like a big jump, and it is. I mean, 15 kilo is a big jump to be certain, but it might not be so much that it's a big jump as much as maybe they just pulled back on the opener
Just to
a
secure it.
stitch. So the
All
180
these strategy things.
the
that-
180 might have been the planned 2nd,
Absolutely.
but maybe just dialed back on the opener a bit just to really make sure. So here comes Leah. She's in this tight 3-way race. 187.5, looking pretty good. 3 whites.
And we have another one. All
So
right,
there we go. That's going to really
190
come down to it, I suspect, on the 3rd round of polls. Shannon Huff, of course, very well known, frequently finishing on the podium and then, going off to Worlds and such. So
A very
190,
experienced lifter.
Very experienced lifter, very well known.
No stranger
Looking like
to
she's having a
these.
pretty fun time out
Yeah,
there, too.
lots of smiles.
Lots of smiles. Confident approach to the platform here. 190 loaded on the bar. Oh, wow.
Very fast.
Wow. Oh,
All
wow.
right, 2 red lights.
Let's see
now.
what
Awesome.
she puts in for a final attempt, because that looks like there is lots left in the tank.
Good, 190.
So here comes Julie taking a 12.5 jump for the same 190 kilos on the bar. All right. Upsy daisy.
That looks
Oof.
great, too.
Yeah, that
Very good.
that did not seem like blinking you could miss it.
This score sheet is very green, and I like
All right,
it.
so back to the top of the order.
155 kilos on
Final
the bar
round
for Nicola.
of the deadlift event. Final set of lifts for the day. Platform 2, we've got the 69-kilo ladies. Nicola is going to be the first one out in round 3. And remembering again, of course, that between every lift, we're going to be cleaning the bar. We have, oopsie.
The bar is not loaded.
Yeah, exactly. The bar is loaded. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
1 second.
I mean, it's like small L loaded, but not
Yeah.
capital L loaded. And now the bar seems
Now
to
we
be
are
capital
ready.
L, officially trademark pending loaded. So I think Nicola, yeah, she's 8 for 8 so far, which is
Yeah.
not
She
surprising.
should be
She's-
very proud of that.
Yeah. Up she goes. Yep, easy peasy. So nice little 9 for 9 day there.
We have a good lift. All right.
So that'll probably be her last nationals for a minute until she comes back on the other side. But Nice job for her. So a nice way to finish the day, 9 for 9. Her husband sets a new national squat record, and if I'm not mistaken, within the 83s. I don't want to say it out loud because I'm not 100% certain, but he certainly had a day.
Bar is loaded.
8. Yeah, and just to be certain, just wanted to confirm before I said it out
Check
loud.
the math.
Yeah, Ben did win the 83 kilos, so I just wanted to make sure. Here comes the Megatron, 177.5. Come on, Meg, drive it, drive it. Yep. Come on, she'll get it. She'll get it.
grind
No,
it.
she can get it
Yep.
at the top. She can get it.
Amazing.
There we go. Let's just confirm. Yep.
Great.
Meg and I are very similar to our deadlift. If she gets it above the knees,
Then
it's going to slow
it'll
down, but
happen.
she can get it there. She's got the top end
Amazing.
of the range to get it there. So to
She
just
should be really proud of that.
that's a great job, Megatron. I always like to say you've got 1 minute to initiate the lift on deads.
And you can use that time.
after you start the lift within 1 minute, there's no time limit on how long it is from
Exactly.
floor to lockout. So good job by the
That is
Megatron
great.
there.
Bar is loaded.
We've got Haley coming out now, 180 kilos going on the bar. She took a 10-kilo jump from first to second, 5-kilo jump now from second to third.
And
There we go. That's 3 white lights. So nice little conclusion to the day there for her. So it's at 7 for 9 for her. So nicely done. We've got Allison coming up next. Yep, as suspected. Megan.
Megan next.
Megan first. And spotter loaders will be happy. 3 lifters in a row, all at 182.5. So while they're just cleaning up the bar, we'll send a little shout out to our sponsors here. Of course, we have Visit Moose Jaw, SBD Apparel Canada, Inner Strength Products, and Sask Lotteries. Powerlifting is a bit of a niche sport in this country, well, pretty much around the world, I suppose, frankly. So we are always appreciative of all of our sponsors that help keep this going. Oh, drive. There we go.
I think
I
she's got
think
it.
that should be good.
Good lift.
Nice.
Weight stays the same. Tightness collars for Allison's third attempt.
So there we go. We are lots of green. Ooh, we are full green ink. Oh, I shouldn't say that out loud. The way the rest of my day's been going, and now everybody's gonna fail. Thanks, Wayne. But it is objectively
good
true
deadlift day for
if
the-
you're
for
looking
the
at the
women.
simple beat that the ladies of the B flight on platform 2, it is unanimously green ink so far on the deadlift event. Let us please keep that
We're
going.
going to keep it going.
Allison is going to come through.
Yeah.
I know she's going to get
Yeah.
this one. 182.5. Drive it. Good.
going.
Lock it out. Yeah.
And verdict is
Yep.
She's got it.
3
Great.
white lights. Good stuff.
weight stays
I was
the
really
same.
going to get worried if I didn't go up with my track record on the day of jinxing everybody. So good job by Allison. That's nice. Does she finish? Yeah, 9 for 9. So good for her.
Great day.
Delaney coming out next. Same 182.5 on the bar. And again, we should send a little shout out, of course, to all of our volunteers, particularly our spotter loaders. You really can't do much in the way of a powerlifting meet if you don't have a bunch of people willing to get those bars loaded and to make sure that our lifters are safe. So job well done to all of them. Of course, all of our referees and all of the other volunteers that give of their time to keep these things going. Oh.
A little
Little
bobble there. We'll
Let's see. Yeah, 3 blue cards, unfortunately. I feared that might be the result. But once again, it's one of those mixed stories. I always like to say, a little column A, little column B. Little good news.
Yep.
It went up.
Yep.
The strength is there.
Yep, that's
Bad news,
huge.
of course. It's only going to be a gym PR. So you can put it on the chalkboard at the gym. You don't get to have it on your open powerlifting page. All righty, we've got Kylie coming up now.
All right, this attempt moves Kylie into silver medal position and forces her competitors to come back and take it from her. So we want Kylie to get this. Let's hear everybody.
We've got a 10-kilo jump for Kylie. She took a 12.5-kilo jump, opener to second. Current attempt will move her into second place. So just adding to the day that she is having, in addition to being the proud owner of a new CPU bench press record, this could also land her a silver medal potentially. So
It's moving.
Yep. Oh, no.
Just couldn't get a lockout.
Oh, not quite there. So great job today.
We are going to go to 109
Good job.
kilos.
Unfortunately, she's only going to go home with a new CPU national record, I guess. And we'll see how everything else pans out. But, not a bad day when you go home with a new national record, I think.
She should be really proud.
Exactly. So 190 kilos again here. We have Sienna coming out momentarily. She took a 15-kilo jump from her opener to her second. 10-kilo jump forthcoming here from second to third.
Get ready in the back. Go to your staging area.
And once again, just a little reminder for everyone out there who might not be as familiar with the beautiful metric system as we are here in the powerlifting community, but these ladies are well over 400 pounds right now.
Oh,
so these are
big
not
weights they're moving.
light weights. Go down to your local commercial gym. Even the big guys are not necessarily lifting
They're not doing this.
weights this heavy, and these are 69-kilo women, so very impressive. We are, of course, here at the National Championship, so I would expect nothing less. Drives it up. Get that lockout. It's coming, yeah. Big. The coach is loving it. Yeah, 3 white lights. Nice. Nice. Okay, here comes Leah next. 195 kilos is being loaded on the bar. It's a 7.5-kilo jump over her second once the bar gets loaded. So she's in second place right now. This will keep her there. So nice way to finish off the day for her. She was part of the bench press party.
The fight.
Held that record momentarily, so she was the CPU bench press national record holder for, what would you say, about a minute and a half?
A couple of minutes,
Maybe 2 minutes, give or take. So 195 on the bar rather. Let's see a nice, oh yeah.
That's moving.
Walk it out. That looks pretty good to me. Survey says 3 white lights. And, this is nice. 200 kilos being loaded on the bar for Shannon Huff. 441 pounds, give or take a little bit of rounding error there. Double centuries. Always love to see 200 kilos getting up onto the bar. So she opened at 180, jumped to 190, jumped to 200. As memory serves, 190 did not look like a troublesome endeavor on her second. Yeah, she's not looking horribly stressed about this little piece of work she's about to do. So this, I suspect, is going to go quite well. And she is, of course, already in first, and this will simply keep her there. Sort of padding the total a little bit. Driving it. Nice. Oh, got faster as she, yeah. Oh, do we have an official? Oh, no!
I think she might have missed the down command. I'm not sure.
Or did she drop the bar?
Or was it dropped? Okay.
Oh, stitch. So that's fine. Oh, yeah, the grip was starting to go.
Yeah, okay.
That's too bad.
Well,
So I
she
wanna get
still
everybody in this
secured
room.
first. So
Yeah. So
still a amazing day.
yeah, not a bad day
Yeah.
winning the national championships. You know, and I'm sure
Incredible.
she's probably pulled 200 kilos before anyway. So. So Julie is going to finish us off here, 200 kilos on the bar. She took a 12.5 kilo jump from first to second, and this is a 10 kilo jump. And she is hoping to move into second place. There you go, trying to get the crowd into it. And this will be our last lift of the session, last lift of the day here in beautiful Moose Jaw, Ontario. Or sorry, Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. I'm so sorry.
That is okay. Now you
sorry.
have to go see Mac the Moose as your initiation.
I want to go see
Yeah.
Mac the Moose, actually. And
Okay.
the Avro
Before you-
arrows.
yeah,
like
before
right in,
you leave. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. This is when you get down to the end of the session. Oh,
Oh, just not there
no. Just
for
a
Julie.
little too much. Little too much. So unfortunately not there.
Julie does stay in third place, so she
Third
stays
place.
on the podium, which is still
Excellent.
great.
All right. So that takes care of session number 14 from the Canadian Powerlifting Union National Championships here in magnificent Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, for anybody who might be struggling with their Canadian geography as I just did. So thank you so much, Krista. It was a lot of fun
Thank
working
you,
with
Wayne.
you
It
here.
was so great.
Thank you to everybody. Big shout out to Ryan Stinn, Rhea Stinn, Ryan Fowler, and Heidi Fowler. I managed to
Yes.
get through those names without
got
botching it. They are our co-meet directors. There is just an absolutely enormous amount of work that goes into organizing and executing an endeavor such as this. Referees, spotter loaders, all of our lifters, thank you to everybody out there. I've had a fabulous time. Thanks for letting me talk into the microphone. My name is Hurricane Wayne from Ontario.
And Krista Solly from Regina, Saskatchewan.
We will see you all next time, and we will be back here tomorrow, session 15. So come join us again, and we'll see a little bit more lifting before the end of the CPU National Championships. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.